It's day 3 from Media Row at the Super Bowl. We're in New Orleans. I still have my voice. That's a surprise. That should be a prop, one of over 500 over on FanDuel Sportsbook, the place you should be placing your responsible bets for the big game. Thank you to FanDuel. Thank you to everyone up at Adams for having us here. We have the most insane lineup maybe of all time. Our show's not just 1 hour. 1 hour on TV, FanDuel Network, everywhere. You gotta subscribe to the YouTube. Please take a look at our marquee. George Kittle, due up here in any moment. Drew Brees, Reggie Bush, Joe Burrow, Maxx Crosby, Micah, I've never met Jaden Daniels. Cannot wait to meet Jaden Daniels. Bijan Robinson, good friend of the show. Fred Warner, Bryce Young, a lot of quarterbacks rolling through. And then, yes, WWE superstar Seth Rollins will be here. And at some point, I don't know if it's like being airlifted from the sky or who knows. I got to keep my head on a swivel here. We will have Oz, the Mentalist, coming to disrupt and disturb. I can't believe I will have Joe Burrow on this couch. Jaden Daniels on this couch. We have so much to get to. I do want to say, Media Row has been unbelievable. I found the pierogi yesterday. There are wings here. We've got our Throne Sport coffee bar, keeping me juiced, by the way. Big thanks to them for being an incredible partner with us this week. I also went by the Super Bowl Experience. It's right next door in this big convention center. I went and I made a football, and they even carved up an Adams into it. And I just want to say, I took this from a flat piece of nothing into this. And I want to sort of just get out there that I think every person, and thanks to Wilson for the opportunity, every person who's playing in a Super Bowl should have to go make a ball. It is detail-oriented. It gives you such reverence and respect for the littlest things. So big thanks to that. If you're at the NFL Experience, go check that out. And we're ready to have a great show. Let's do this. All right, up and Adams at the Super Bowl. Let's take a look again at our guests today. We will have Seth Rollins stopping by. We'll talk a little Caleb Williams, Jaden, Joe Burrow. Let's flash you guys the screen and show you who is on the show. Micah Parsons, Maxx Crosby, Bijan Robinson, Jaden Daniels. We have Oz the Mentalist joining us, but right now, and by the way, subscribe to the YouTube, please, because we're only on the air for an hour, and then we are exclusive on YouTube. We want to make sure you guys get everything you need there, and we appreciate the love. Let us bring in a good friend of the show. My very first guest today, All-Pro tight end for the San Francisco 49ers, six-time Pro Bowler. You can introduce yourself. Here he is. How are you?
Hi, Kate.
Hi, George. How are you? George Kittle's here, everybody.
Howdy.
Woo!
Thank you. Oh, this is cozy.
Let's talk about the T-shirt. I'm loving this.
Well, thank you. Little Caesars.
You match.
Pizza. I do. I feel like this couch is for me.
Yes, you sit there and let's really unpack this season. You stay just like that.
I might need that.
You stay just like that.
I might need
your
that.
4,000-yard season, so congratulations to you.
Well, thank you, Kay.
But then it wasn't the season that you wanted.
Well, what was the season that I wanted?
You wanted a ring. You wanted
I did.
a 7-pound Lombardi trophy.
Sure.
Talk to me about that.
Ooh, yeah, you know what? Football's an interesting thing. You got ups, you got downs, there's highlights, there's valleys. But you got to enjoy it for everything that it is. And that's what I do. And that's why I play the way that I do. I play as hard as I possibly can. I try to inspire my teammates. And not everything goes your way all the time. And also, people don't realize this. Football is really hard. It's hard to win games. And so, ball didn't bounce our way a lot. And you can look at every game that we played. We didn't run the ball very well. We didn't stop the run very well. We had a lot of turnovers, and we didn't force a lot of turnovers. Not really good for winning football games. So while that's disappointing, I'm very happy that I made it out of the season healthy.
You did.
I made it out of the Pro Bowl healthy. I don't have to get surgery this year.
Woo!
And
let's go!
We're gonna roll right into a great year.
I love that. Well, we're going to talk about that.
We've unpacked a lot. I feel good about myself.
I feel like your abs got a great workout there. That
Thank
was
you.
Excellent acting by you.
Thank you.
Not acting because I know that you mean what you're saying, and I love that for you. And I love that you're here and you've got a lot to talk about. But
I love your
first
set.
thing I want, thank you.
It's very, very New Orleans-y.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I wanted to congratulate you, first and foremost, on the NFL's 2024 Salute to Service Award.
Thank you.
I read everything the commissioner had to say. I spent the morning in hair and makeup reading all of the things that you do, hundreds of tickets for veterans, a mental health app, time with them. So congratulations on that. And I'm just so curious, and I helped with the Wounded Warrior Project to send to veterans to the Super Bowl just yesterday with Trey McBride, a friend of yours. We were chatting about you this morning. You obviously come from a military family. What is the best way to say thank you to veterans?
Oh, just giving them your time, in my opinion. They're very normal people, just like you and me, except that they're full of courage, commitment, and I don't know if I can say this, but I have a football coach at the 49ers who, when he talks about special players, he says they got that shit in their neck. And like that's how I view military members. They can switch that flip at any moment for when like the call to arise is needed, and that's what they do. So like just giving veterans, their family members, your time just goes such a long way. And I've learned that, and from all the conversations I've had, from all the relationships I've made, I feel like I have probably gotten more out of it than what I've given to them.
What'd your dad say when he heard you got the award?
Oh, he was just super pumped for me. You know what was funny is, so they told me after the Lions game, so it's like second to last game of the year. My wife knew for like 10 days and didn't tell me. Didn't tell my family, didn't tell anybody. And she just sitting there knowing everything and doesn't tell me. Thanks, Claire. Awesome.
Hi, Claire. We love you, Claire.
Hi, Claire. Hi, sweetie. So that was really fun. But no, it was an awesome surprise. If you watch the video, I had no idea that I actually won for like the first 5 minutes I was in the room. So that was great until Claire told me I had won. So it was an awesome, awesome experience.
I know we joked a little bit about, not joked, but like the season.
Sure.
You've lost a Super Bowl. That must be the ultimate heartbreak. Is that less disappointing than have it? Yeah, I know.
Oh, thanks.
That's hard. I don't want to bring,
no, it's brought up now. Let's hash it out.
Is it less disappointing than having a season that kind of completely doesn't go the way that you thought that it might?
I mean, I'd rather play in the Super Bowl than not play in the Super Bowl, because at least that means you had a great time the whole season. Like, I mean, what were we at one? I mean, we're in like 3 games and like out of 10 towards the end of the year. So, you know, it's tough. It's hard to play football when all your friends are hurt and no one's really out there with you except for like a couple of the guys. It's tough. It's hard. But you know, every NFL team goes through it, and you know, a lot of teams, like, that's where you get the cool stories of, hey, guys take advantage of the opportunity. Someone in front of them's hurt. And, you know, they take advantage of that. They make plays. They, you know, become a cornerstone guy. And that didn't happen. You know, we had a lot of young guys that did step up, but we couldn't overcome our, you know, lack of ability in the run game or with turnovers. So, you know, I do think a lot of guys got great reps. You know, guys got hurt. Guys got to step in for them. But overall, I mean, yeah, tough year. But the great thing is I get to play football again next year, and so I get another crack at it.
And you also you did have a career year, and it probably doesn't mean the most to you, but year 8. Which is crazy that it's year 8.
It is
over
crazy.
1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, facing all that adversity. You're proud. You have to be proud of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my goal every year is 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, like just as a personal goal. I used to not set personal goals, and then my old tight ends coach made me. He was like, so then, because you don't have to judge yourself based on that, but like it just gives you something to think about, you know, each day that you're striving for that goal. So I appreciated that. So I got close to that. Anytime you get 1,000 yards as a tight end, I think it's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, not the greatest year overall, but I still had fun.
You also had the catch of the year.
Did I? Which one?
Talk me through it. You tell me. Is this the catch of the year? Against New England. Fun. Talk me through this.
The greatest thing about this is that we called this play like quickly out of the huddle.
What was the play called?
It was like called like banter pump, and it's a corner pump. We installed it on the 3rd down play to run it from like the 50-yard line, for like a shot. He called it from the 12, and I'm just like, seriously? Like, we did not practice this in the red zone at all. It was great too. I was pregnant with cracked ribs, and then that just fractured them completely. It was super fun.
Oh,
had a great time. But
talk about that shit in your neck.
It's the shit in your neck, Kay. You got to have it. No, that was really fun, though. I was really pumped. The photo that they got out of it was just, it was the first game I had custom.
I just don't get the boy math here. This is 3 defenders.
I know.
How did you do that?
It was really fun. Brock gave me a chance. But the cleats I was wearing, I had them custom by the shoe surgeon, and it was the Unions, Jordan 1 Unions. And so it was the first game I got to wear those. So I was pretty pumped about that. They had a great photo of them.
That's week 4. I love that you can just recall that right away. I mean, that is the catch of the year, no?
Well, thank you. I think so. It's my best
You're
catch,
like,
probably.
well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I
feel
that.
Fabulous.
I remember I talked to you back in August.
You did.
I was at your facility.
And I got Josh Allen's jersey. Thank you.
Oh, you did? Let's go. Let's go. You're 3rd now. I want to show you this because my producer, Tiara, remembered that you knew this off the bat. Let's take a look here. On the Niners list all-time, interceptions and receiving yards. Do you know what you need year 9 to pass T.O. to become 2nd in these categories?
Looks like just under 1,200 yards.
Shoot, I guess we shouldn't have done that.
I bet you my mom would know. She's right out there, too.
Hi, Mom. Hi. How do you feel about this? What does this mean to you?
A couple things. One, the 49ers organization is full of history and amazing football players that are in it. So the fact that I could be around for 8 years, going into year 9, and hopefully for the rest of my career, it means I'm a part of a historic franchise that wins a lot of football games and plays a lot of high-end football. That's an honor. To be on a list with any of those guys, total honor. And just very proud to be a part of an organization like that and just be able to have the opportunity to go out there and wear the 49ers logo on the side of my head.
Yeah, are we like, want to clip this off and send it directly to John Lynch? Or...
John Lynch, Jed York, Kyle Shanahan, send it to all of them.
Bueller, when is this happening? You're entering the last year of your contract.
I am.
I know you want to retire as a Niner, yes?
I would love to.
What's happening? Pizza.
Pizza's happening, Kay. Waiting on them.
There's no talking yet?
No, I think there's been talking. I think, we're mildly on the same page.
What are we waiting for?
I have no idea. I just work here. My agent does that stuff.
Well, I'm here, and listen, Radio Row has become somehow this, like...
Rumor mill?
I don't know if it's rumor mill, more of like recruitment central.
I know, I've heard.
Okay, so we've got like people wanting T. Higgins, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs wants a number 1 wide receiver. And now I'm hearing the Myles Garrett to Bosa to the Bay. Would you be down?
Yeah, I think Myles Garrett is a pretty good football player. From what I've remembered, watching his tape, solid, decent, yes.
How would you feel about him joining your team?
I'm all for adding really good football players to my roster. That makes my job as an offense easier because you don't have to score as many points when you have a guy like Nick Bosa and or Myles Garrett on the side. And I know Fred was preaching that yesterday, and then I think Fred would love to have another good, solid linebacker. I mean, another solid D lineman, so it makes his job a little bit easier as a linebacker too. So anytime you can add all-star players, hey man, I'm all in for it.
Do you have a pitch you can add? I mean, like Jaden might make a pitch here shortly on the show for him. Like anything you'd like to say to Myles as he might be listening?
Hey, Myles. We can be really good friends, I promise.
And we would love to see it. You mentioned how Brock Purdy gave you a chance week 4 on what was the catch of the year.
Yes.
You've always been in his corner. The season did not go as well. The talk never ends, right? The talk never ends. Fred Warner said that he made huge leaps as a leader. Can you corroborate that with a story? What's your best leadership growth story out of Brock?
You know what I think? Well, besides this play, it pisses me off because I'm open 2 different times and he refuses to throw me the ball. Brock.
Way to go, Brock.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about Brock now, actually.
For you.
I'm actually not so sure about Brock. No, but a leadership story, I think Fred, hit it on the head. Brock did a lot of very good things. Like, we didn't win all the games that we wanted to win this year.
Yes.
But Brock, I think, played at a really high level. If you look at all of his stats, I think he's like top 10, top 5 in a lot of those things that, like, oh, you have to be a good quarterback to be able to do these things. I think he checks those boxes. And but leadership-wise, Brock was very vocal this year, which is what I really appreciate about him. Like, if the timing is off on a route, if a guy wasn't getting his width on a certain, landmark and stuff like that, he was very vocal about it. And I appreciate that because before a lot of it's been like, hey, Coach Shanahan or the wide receivers coach, the tight ends coach is like, hey, you got to do this. Well, now it's like Brock's like, hey, man, you're screwing me by doing that. And so when you have a quarterback that's vocal, it really helps a lot because I don't care how loud I am or how much I talk to people. When the quarterback speaks, guys like to listen to the quarterback because that's their role. Their role is to lead. Their role is to throw the ball. They handle the ball every time. So I think Brock is continually, what does Brock do? I think he's like 24.
Young kid.
Yeah, he's got a lot of football.
Think he doesn't deserve the contract extension.
Crazy,
George.
Right? Unreal. But you know what? He's taking leaps and bounds. I agree. And he's only getting better, too.
Last one for you in this game.
Last one.
Travis is going to do his thing, potentially have a three-peat.
Probably.
Founder of Tight End University.
Yes.
Talk to me about Dallas Goedert. He's got a little Kittle in him, too. He's got a little
I love
Kittle
Dallas
to his
Goedert.
game. Tell me about that.
Oh, Dallas Goedert is a phenomenal tight end. The only thing that's why he's not a household name to the entire nation is because he's had back-to-back years where he's got it banged up a little bit. He's missed some games. But he's a phenomenal player. He does stuff like this all the time, just stiff arms DBs, makes good plays. He's solid in the run game.
What impresses you most about him?
What has impressed me most?
Yeah.
I've never seen someone try so hard at a Topgolf to hit it over the fence in the back. We had Tight End U at Topgolf one time, awesome. And he was in a full sweat for about an hour, just driving it as hard as he could, trying to get it over the net in the back. And I was like, you're just built different, dude. Besides that, football-wise, though, he's just one of those guys that has that switch that when it flips, he's like a different guy than when you just talk to him any day.
Yeah, I think he might make an impact in this game. And you're making an impact with Little Caesars. I'm sorry, Little Caesars and Crazy Puffs. Stop it. Stop it right now. What is this?
remember everybody said in my commercials that anyone but you? Well, I finally got my Crazy
Which
Puffs.
commercial, George?
The Little Caesars one. But these things smell delicious, and they are delicious, and my wife likes them, so that means you'll all like them.
Claire, who didn't tell you about your award.
I know. Can I trust her?
Yes.
Okay, I'll still
She's the
trust
best.
her.
It's Crazy Puffs. It's Little Caesars. It is George Kittle. You are such a stud, such a superstar. Thank you so much for being on the show. I think we're going to send you, by the way, we're going to send you over to, I'm going to walk over with you.
You're sending me?
I'm going to send you over to, well, Gronk has a prop shot machine on set. I can't even speak. 2 minutes on the clock. We're going to take your Crazy Puffs. I'm going to send you over there. I'm going to say bye. I don't know who's he going. Oh, he's going to Garrett. Go down there to Garrett. He'll receive you. George, great to see you. Say hi to Claire. Hi, Mom. Congratulations on everything and the award. Love you guys. We got to get that John Lynch contract thing figured out.
Thanks, Kay.
All right, we're going to take a short break. Right here, we've got YouTube exclusive. Please go subscribe, and you can see George take a shot at a 2-minute drill here on F&F.
Starting? Why? I didn't click anything.
Say it again.
Oh, hello. Nope. Nope, I'll figure it out. Middle's the play. Arg. Ah. Ah. Oh, that's tough. 99 points, that's huge. Nope, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Ah. I was lucky. Oh, it's super tough. Thank God I'm done with that. What's the highest? 400. Oh, I'll take that any day of the week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Can I ask you one question?
Oh, I can't. I'm so sorry. No, you can't.
Here we go. My next guest is a 13-time Pro Bowler, and this is what happens here at Media Row. Sometimes there's little crowds, sometimes there's nobody watching. Everybody at Media Row is here at the set right now to welcome and say hello and play homage to Super Bowl champion for the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees.
What's up, Kay?
Good to see you.
Good to see
you.
you,
Can we hear a little fuss?
Yeah.
A little commotion for our Super Bowl champ.
There's a lot of people out there.
There are a lot of people. Thanks for making the time.
Yeah.
When I was putting together my set, there were very few things that I said I needed. I wanted maybe some jazz stuff, some New Orleans vintagey stuff, and I said, I need this photo. I need this photo framed. It's been sitting in back of me all week. I want you to hold this photo and tell me exactly what goes through your mind, Drew.
This was pretty awesome here. I mean, like, I'd always tried to envision what holding the Lombardi Trophy would be like ever since I was a little kid, watching others do it. And the irony is for whatever reason, I envisioned that I would have my son with me in that moment. And it's crazy because this was this is the 9th year of my career. My wife and I had been married, 7 years previous to that. And, we had talked about starting a family, didn't know when, and it wasn't until we got to New Orleans that we did that. And so all of a sudden it was this moment, but even more importantly that, there's my wife Brittany and my son Balin, who was only 1 at the time,
wow.
having a chance to share that moment with me. And now that little boy is 16 years old, which is kind of crazy, right? Close to getting his driver's license. So time flies.
What was this lunatic thinking right here?
This lunatic?
Yeah, that one right there.
This mad scientist was like, my plan has worked, No, I mean, I give Sean a ton of credit because he took a chance on this city, maybe just like the city took a chance on that unknown coach from the Dallas Cowboys,
yep.
To come over and help build the foundation and build the culture and bring in the right pieces to help us all go win a championship together. So I'll be linked to that man forever. I love him.
Yeah, I don't know if you feel his aura here. We had Cam Jordan, we had Mark Ingram. I think Reggie Bush is backstage. We'll bring him out shortly. Sean was sitting here and he was talking about his Broncos. He was like, he's feeling himself. They had a good year, all of that. He didn't say this, but there's Bo Nix comparisons to you all over the place. Do you appreciate those? Do you see something in him that you saw in yourself as a young player?
Yeah, I do appreciate it. I think what goes missed at times with these guys when they're drafted is the level of experience that they have in college. I think it's easy to fall in love with kind of the flash and maybe the measurable qualities like the arm strength or the speed or the athleticism. But Bo Nix started over 60 games in college.
Yeah.
And so that level of experience, the systems that he was in, like the way that he processes the game, distributes the football. Like you saw his evolution throughout the season. Look, Sean Payton's offense can be complicated, right? And there's so many elements that he wants to do. And for a young quarterback, man, you're getting used to the speed of the game, developing chemistry with your teammates, and just kind of, trying to order all this chaos around you. And so to watch Bo Nix from the start of the season to the end, I just felt that offense, kind of open up, like the full scope of it. And they were rolling at the end. And I know Sean is extremely excited to have this young QB that he can mold and develop.
And we're excited to be here in New Orleans where you won the Super Bowl. And you said it was, 60, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
We got to get back on the right track with them. But we have the Super Bowl here on Sunday. You have so many records, it's hard to keep count, Drew. But I'm looking at one of them, and you still hold the record for 215 consecutive pass attempts in the playoffs without an interception. Jalen Hurts, playing on Sunday, has 206. What does that say about him?
Does it mean that I should root that he throws a pick?
I'm asking you. I don't know. What do you think?
Look, I love his journey. Like I think he's an incredible representation of like grit, determination, perseverance. Like let's just like go back to his college days. People forget that at one point Tua Tagovailoa, kind of beat him out and took the job, and he backed him up for a year and then came in and played great, then transferred to OU, had an incredible senior season, then gets drafted in the second round, and it's like, what type of, quarterback is Jalen Hurts going to be in the NFL? Because he's kind of this hybrid. I think what he's shown is, man, he can beat you with his legs. He can beat you in the pocket. Obviously, they've got some incredible weapons around him, but I love his demeanor. I love his poise. There's a confidence, like you feel it when you just kind of watch the guy speak, and certainly the way he plays. But yeah, I think he brings an element to this offense with all those playmakers around him, where man, you can tell that he's the calm hand that steers the ship.
Why does he get so much grief though? So much criticism. It's crazy.
Well, I think that comes with the territory, honestly. And look, I think I get the feeling that he kind of likes flying under the radar a little bit, Like, man, there's all this talk about the Chiefs and Mahomes and the three-peat. And I'm sure in his mind, I know if I were him, I'm sitting here going, man, we went toe-to-toe with these guys 2 years ago. Like, I know we can beat this team. And we just have to trust the process. We have to trust the plan, which, man, I've got this guy Saquon. I'm going to lean on him. And honestly, a large part of Saquon's success is because of Jalen.
Yeah.
It's the Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson.
What do you mean by that?
It's the dynamic of when you have a quarterback who can threaten you with the run game, he becomes like a blocker in the run game. He hands the ball off, but you have to have a defender who accounts for him.
People don't see it that way.
Because you can't give him the edge.
Yeah.
Right? So that allows Saquon up into the second. I don't know if I saw a guy get to the second level more times untouched than Saquon this year, and Derrick Henry for that matter, but that's the Lamar Jackson factor. So here they are in the open field with the free safety who's got no chance of tackling those guys in the open field.
I love this, Drew.
And,
Here,
I'm
hanging on every word.
But this is the plan.
Yeah.
This is the plan. You run the football against the Chiefs, which if there's one weakness to the Chiefs defense or the way to attack them is stay ahead of the chains, run the football. What that does is it prevents you from getting all these exotic pressures on 3rd and long because you stay out of 3rd and long. And guess what? You keep their best player off the field, Patrick Mahomes. If he's used to getting 10 or 11 possessions a game, now all of a sudden you've shortened the game because you've run the football and run the clock, and now he only gets 8 possessions a game. That means they score less points, you have a better chance of winning. It's a probability game, so you got to play the probability.
Are you rooting for the interception, though, so your record doesn't get broken? Let's be honest. Are you rooting for it?
I want Jalen Hurts to play phenomenal, but throw an interception in the first, 8 plays.
There we go. You heard it here from a legend, a Super Bowl champion, Drew Brees. What are you doing with Aldi for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, so Aldi is one of my favorite grocery stores, and they are up to 25% off for everybody to go get their must-have game day, food. So if you're a spinach dip person, if you like wings,
what kind
dogs,
of person are
burgers,
you?
Well, my boys love wings, so we're always doing wings. We're doing
we're
burgers.
at Aldi. We've got the cart.
That's right.
What are we picking up? What do we put in our Aldi
Well,
cart?
I get everything for chili, right?
Okay.
I love making a big pot of chili, and we're just
that.
diving into that all day. And that kind of serves as the dip, too.
Okay, so that's a great deal. We're going to bring in Reggie Bush. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
Let's bring it in. Reggie Bush is here, everybody. Reggie!
Oh! Hey, how you doing?
I'm so good. It's so good to
see you.
When's the last time you two saw each other?
Just backstage.
Oh, okay, just backstage.
What happens if I hit that button right there? Does that
So
listen.
Okay, so talk to me.
The goal
Reggie,
is
look
gotta be
this
able
way.
to hit this in 5.9 seconds. All right.
Okay.
So that's the goal, is to stop it at exactly. Let me show everybody. Exactly 5.9 seconds.
Let's hear some
all right?
commotion for Reggie Bush, everybody!
Thank you, guys.
Why
Thank you.
5.9 seconds?
So 5.9 seconds was the nationwide challenge that we issued, that you had to stop it at that exact time.
Okay.
To represent the amount of years. What year is this?
Well, it was Super Bowl 59.
59,
Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right, that's it.
My brain's not braining all the way right now.
Why don't you two wear your Super Bowl ring?
You know,
just so heavy.
Well, hold on.
Oh, it's so tough. It's so tough to be you two.
yeah.
It's such a labor.
I actually thought about my Super Bowl ring after I had already left the house to go to the airport. So I was like, damn, I should have brought.
Well, it'd be hard to hit that thing. Just kind of.
Yeah. Oh, it would weigh you down.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we supposed to do it? What are we supposed to do?
So you got to stop it at 5.9 seconds. You want to try it?
Yeah, I don't even know what you're saying.
Is this like a boom boom?
Have
like
Drew do
that?
it. Let Drew do
No,
it.
it's pretty. How can we do this to where the crowd can see?
I mean,
Yeah, you
should
flip it around.
give
That's
us-
fine.
yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
I don't. All right, here we
Look
go.
at this team.
So I mean, are we like
Teammates.
bang bang?
No, it's
Wow.
not that fast.
Drew's
It's
gonna
not that
write an
fast.
invoice to Tostitos.
I'm
for
gonna
this.
hold it. Let's see if Drew can hit it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But
first
am I
time.
hitting it twice or once?
Twice. You got to
Okay.
stop it at 5.9 seconds.
All right. Oh, I see. You're actually trying
You
to.
got to stop it at
I
5.9
got you.
seconds.
All right.
Sean
Ready to
Payton's
go.
somewhere rolling his eyes right now.
2, 3,
Slower than you think.
4, 5.
Oh, now you was close. I'm sorry. I didn't think that was a bad.
Close.
Hey, 5.87. All right, Kay.
That's
We
not
gotta
bad.
record this thing.
I'll do
Hey.
that. I'll do that at the end. I have a question. I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? How's the family?
Good. Sorry, I'm over here with games and toys and
No,
stuff.
it's great. It's so
Hey, had a
great to
conversation.
see.
We're just like a couple kids.
It's so
out
great
there
to
having
see
fun
both of
together.
you. Can we have some more fun with the 2006 highlight for Reggie Bush?
Yes.
Let's do this. I want to show this. Whenever I think of you in your Saints days, it's 2009 against the Dolphins. Reggie, talk me through this. Let's go.
Hey, watch my God, Just a little shoulder into him.
Drew, talk me through that block, baby.
Well, that block was more like, all right, don't do anything stupid. Don't get blown up on national television. But let's just get this guy the edge, because when he gets on the edge, good things happen. That was my thought process.
This was, what's funny is it's actually, I think, my first touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We ran the same exact play.
That's exactly right.
Double
Yes.
reverse against Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, and it worked. And this was the second time we actually ran it. But, I love these kinds of plays, man, because I get a chance to get the ball in my hands in space, right? Nobody around me, and that's where I felt like I was at my best.
That was a significant game, though, because we were down 24-3 early in that game.
Yes.
And like nothing was going right. But it was one of those moments where it's like, man, let's get back on track. And we end up just putting together an incredible second half. I think we win the game, 44 to 30 something. But that was 2009, and we knew that Miami was going to be the host of the Super Bowl that year. And so it was one of those moments where it's like, fellas, we're going to be back here,
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna be back here.
So
Yeah,
it was a huge kind of defining moment for us as a team that year.
And the Dolphins had Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown.
Oh yeah.
And they each had about 200 rushing yards
man, it was a crazy game.
apiece.
Yeah.
That game. They
You guys
ran
were
the ball
teammates for
us.
what, 4 years together?
Five.
Sorry. So many smiles, so much fun. You guys obviously like pick up right where you left off.
Yes.
I was talking to Sean Payton, he was on my couch just yesterday talking about how they need a joker. That's all he wants. He wants the joker. You were the joker, okay? I want you to explain. He's acting like jokers grow on trees. Reggie Bush does not grow on trees.
Tell him again, Kay. Hard to find.
I want you to explain to me how difficult it is to be a joker in what you called lightly a complicated Sean Payton offense.
It's just about the willingness to want to, right? You got to want to do it. For me, I was a guy, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to play running back, receiver, punt returner, kick returner. I want to do all those things because I wanted the ball in my hands as much as possible. That's honestly what it came down to. I was an ultimate competitor. I wanted to be the guy who's making the plays for his team. I wanted the ball in my hands a multitude of different ways to force teams and defenses to have to respect me in different ways. And so, for what Sean Payton's looking for is that a guy who wants to actually go out there and do those things.
Who is that at 9?
Who can do that?
Who is that?
Who is that?
Yeah, give me some. I mean, you cover the
Travis
college
Hunter.
game.
I think Travis Hunter can do
Travis
it.
Hunter.
I think Ashton Genty is a guy, and I just was with Ashton Genty a few weeks ago, and I told him I think if I was a coach, I would have him playing running back, kick returner, punt returner, because when you think about someone like Ashton Genty, he's a great space player. So you get the ball to his hands in space, and he breaks tackles.
The ones that I had written down were Henderson and Judkins.
Henderson and
Judkins, both Ohio State boys now.
Yeah, Trayvon Henderson. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And Judkins, yeah.
Okay, so any one of those guys at 9 you'd be happy with for that Broncos. Let's fix the Saints, shall we? You guys don't want to wear your Cam Jordan would really like a Super Bowl ring to weigh him down, hitting a Tostitos thing.
Yes.
Kellen Moore, allegedly, he's like 2 years older than Cam Jordan. He's going to take over. Offensive-minded guy. What do you think, Drew?
Look, I think he's been successful wherever he's been. I think he's a well-respected offensive coach. I think at the end of the day, the most important job of any coach, though, is to build culture, to build foundation, to build levels of accountability. I think the good situation, if it is Kellen Moore who steps into this job with the Saints.
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know. Is that they do have a great core group of guys there. Like when I look at the defensive side of the ball, Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, like unquestionably 3 incredible leaders on that side of the ball. Offensively, look, it's unfortunate to see what they went through this year with injuries. Like every skill position player on the offensive side of the ball got hurt at some point for a significant amount of time. And the offensive line was decimated at times too. So I think we saw what the Saints can be offensively the first 2 games of the season. When everyone is healthy, it was lights out. So if they can remain healthy, if Derek Carr is your guy, you build this offense around him. You give him all the pieces that he needs to be successful. Defensively, look, I think they're in great shape. Yes, they are getting older, but at the same time, man, they've been a top 10 defense for the last 8 years in a row. And they've got incredible core leadership on that side.
How do I ask this? And you can be my hype man, Reggie, how seriously have you considered entering that world? I think there's a lot of Saints fans out here would say, why don't you just freaking do it, Drew Brees?
I literally said that backstage to him.
Talk to me, Reggie.
I swear I said that to him backstage.
Unpack that for me.
I'll be the offense coordinator.
I could see myself doing a lot of things in the football world.
Okay.
But to what end and what's the sacrifice that you make in order to do that?
Yeah.
Look, I played here for 15 years, and it was an incredible run, and I got to play with guys like this, and it'll be forever, some of the greatest moments of my life and greatest achievements in my life. I love this game. I will always be involved in this game in some capacity. I'd really like to be involved at the NFL level in some capacity, but we're just going to have to see what that is.
What does that look like?
Look, the coaching lifestyle is not, I think, what
it's
at the
hard.
NFL level is or college level is not, not
I mean, your kids are getting older. I'm sure that has something to do with it. Reggie, make your pitch. Shouldn't he take over at some point?
Listen, I would 100% be in full support.
Put me on the spot, kid.
Sorry.
I would also 100% want to coach with him.
Okay, hold on. Now we're
Yeah, he already said it. He said he was with
one
me.
deal.
He said he was with me.
Listen, you're going to get your Tostitos at Aldi, and we've got
That's
two
right.
coaches for one. Saints, you're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. Would you guys coach together? Like, let's.
1,000%
Absolutely.
I would.
What's-
1,000%. If I played with him, I would not coach with him.
So what's holding us back?
I just don't know if the league is ready for us right now. You know.
You know, one of the things, yeah.
Look at this. Look at you two. Come on.
How many, you know, one of the things I think the NBA does a great job of is, you know, I think they do a better job of hiring former players, right, as coaches. And they also, I feel like, make the path a little bit easier for former players to go and coach. I would love to see that same narrative play out for NFL, for former players, because I believe there's a ton of former players that would love to coach. It's just very hard to get into that coaching cycle and that coaching circle at the NFL level. Obviously, somebody like Drew and I think me wouldn't be as hard, but for other guys who may
Dan
not have
Campbell.
as big names, right? Yeah, I mean, Dan Campbell did a great job. And so Dan Campbell's is an anomaly, though, right? It's not as easy for, you know, to do what Dan Campbell is doing. And so I think Drew and me together would be great, but I think Drew specifically as a head coach would be awesome because of just the knowledge and amount of experience that he has. And to be able to bring that to an offense, to a quarterback, a young quarterback who's looking to take his career to the next level, this is exactly what you want. You want to learn from somebody who's done it. And for me, when I played, I always had more respect for coaches who played the game and who had done the things that they were coaching me to do, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think we're done here. I think we have figured it out. Kellen, I'm kidding. Everything will happen the way it's supposed to happen. You guys, I mean, is this the best week ever for you two?
Yes.
You guys get to
I
be
love
back
being
here?
back here in New Orleans, man. It's just, I was actually here 2 weeks ago for the snowstorm.
Oh.
A really big snowstorm.
Yeah.
I was supposed to fly in that day, and I couldn't because the airport's
Yeah.
just shut down.
So you
my
guys,
wife
you guys
kids out
can't
doing
get away
snowballs.
from New Orleans. You guys just love it. You love it.
We love it here.
Are you guys going to play pickleball? You guys ever played pickleball together?
We haven't played pickleball together.
No, we
Would you
Hey,
would you kick his ass? He's pretty good.
Well, this
He's
dude's
pretty
becoming
good.
an ace in golf. You're like a 3 handicap now.
Really?
I'm on a golf course, so yeah, that's where
Come on,
a
Del Mar,
lot of
let's go.
businesses for me. I'm creating a lot of business in golf, and have my golf clothing line, Travis Matthew, out as well. So y'all go check that out if y'all get a chance.
And Tostitos. Tell us once again, we got Aldi got you covered,
And then-
25% off, and Tostitos.
And then Tostitos, I partnered with Tostitos to, we had this nationwide stop the clock challenge that we talked about earlier.
wanna do it.
You had to stop it at 5.9 seconds.
So what am
Kate.
I doing? I hit it and then hit it
You
again?
hit it, and
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
hit it,
stop
watch
it
it.
at 5.9 seconds. Oh,
What do you mean?
5.9 seconds.
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm good. Is that bad?
What'd you do?
I don't even know what I mean. Five. What
Is
is
that
that?
5?
Oh, you
Oh.
5.9.
One more time. Hold on. We're gonna reset it. We're gonna
Okay,
reset
I
it
don't
for
even
you.
understand the game. But I love Tostitos.
Yeah.
Where's our reset button?
We are in our YouTube exclusive
We
break.
need our reset button.
Oh,
We don't have it.
we don't have one?
Oh.
What do you mean? How do we do? Well, I have to have a Super
Oh,
Bowl
no,
ring
we
to
have, there you
reset
go.
it.
Oh,
No, let's just start.
More
it.
Tostitos.
More Tostitos. More.
Sorry.
All right, love you guys so much. Thank you for being on the
Yes,
show.
thank
You guys
you.
are done, I
Appreciate
think. Thanks, you guys. I haven't seen you in
know.
years.
How you doing?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you.
And I'm
Is
so
Lily
happy
here?
for your. She's at home.
She's back there. Oh, okay. Love you guys.
on
Drew,
that-
you're the
she's
best.
on that side.
I know that you weren't expecting that, but I just had to say it.
no, I know.
It had to be said.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so happy.
I'll see you.
for
I'm gonna text you. I wanna see you guys.
Sounds good. Okay.
I haven't. Yeah. Let's do a picture. I haven't seen you since we got kicked out of that club in London.
There you go.
All right, saying bye to some legends, Reggie Bush and Drew Brees. I mean, that was the easiest coaching situation hire that I've ever been a part of. Welcome to the Up and Adam show at the Super Bowl. Are we ready for our next guest? I'm excited. Here he comes to scare me. I'm sure two-team, second-team All-Pro defensive end for the Raiders, leading the team in sacks and tackles for loss this season, and a nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Hi, Maxx Crosby.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Okay, so you've been making the rounds. Who'd you see? Who'd you talk to? What's going on?
I've been moving and grooving.
Tell
I'm in
me.
a boot, which has been
Oh,
a little
gosh.
tough.
Let's see the boot.
Yeah, you want to
Oh, man.
see it? It's heavy. It's heavy, but I'm off the scooter, so that's great. So we're going the right direction.
How
so
are
it's
you
been a great
feeling?
day. I feel phenomenal.
You do?
Phenomenal.
Recovery's
Mentally,
going
physically, everything.
mentally. Tell me about mentally
well.
how you do it, because you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on, Max. How are
Always.
you feeling?
I feel excellent. This year, probably one of the hardest years I've had in my life, just as far as the season in the NFL goes. Battling through multiple high ankle sprains, losing 10 games in a row, coaching changes again. Like it was a whirlwind to say the least, but it made me stronger. Got a chance to look at everything from a different lens. Getting hurt at the end of the year again. First time it's ever happened in my career. So it was hard first 48 hours, but flipped the switch in my mind and like, listen, I'm strictly focused on being positive and the best version of myself, and been able to spend so much more time with my daughter, training, everything's been incredible. So like, I'm doing amazing.
How do you flip that switch?
I mean, at the end of the day,
easy.
No, it's not easy at all. I feel like you have to go back to square one. I feel like most people struggle. They want instant gratification. That's what this world is nowadays. You know what I mean? Even from college, these kids, it goes hard, I want out. But for me, I didn't get here by taking the easy route. I've had to battle myself every day. I think at the end of the day, it's you versus you. Everyone's worried about all the outside noise, everything going on. If you defeat and whoop your own ass every day, you're gonna have the best chance of success, and that's how I approach my life. I think everything happens for a reason. I think this season happened for a reason. It's preparing me for something even greater, and I'm trusting God's plan and continuing to be the best version of me.
Can I ask you, what was your lowest point this season? What was your biggest, you said it whip your ass. What was your biggest, lowest point? I
mean, it started with the injury. Like, we go play Baltimore, we upset them on the road week 2. And I got player of the week that week. I'm having one of my best games of my career. Second to last play, I get rolled up and destroy my ankle. You know what I mean? And I've never dealt with something like that. Like last year, I've had 6 surgeries.
I remember seeing you last year.
Yeah, I mean, I've had 6 surgeries, but like your ankle, there's nothing you could do. You know what I mean? So they're telling me 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm like, no chance. Like, you're insane. I played the next week. Like, they put a boot on. I don't even know how I played.
How did you do it?
I dug deep. I put this weird boot contraption over my cleat and tried to play. I was like a shell of myself. So that was, you talk about mental, like I'm going nuts. And I'm a competitor. Like, I don't miss practice. I don't miss games. I don't miss none of that. So like, I was battling that. And then I had to sit out the next week against Cleveland. That's the first time I've ever missed a game in my life. I came back. I missed 1 game with an eye ankle, and it's a bad grade 2. Like, my ligament is torn. Like, I played through it. And as the season went on, I got a little bit more healthy, and I started playing my best ball again. Like, we play the game at Denver. I had one of my best games. Go to KC, killing their ass. You know what I mean? Like, doing what we do, and I'm like, I'm feeling good again. Then we go play Tampa, and I get chop block from the side, get my ankle rolled up even worse. Grade 3, fully tore my deltoid, bone spurs through my whole. I had like 3 surgeries in one. And it was just like, I could feel bad for myself, but in that moment, I knew in my head, like, it was not right again. So it forced me to look at life through a different lens. And for me, I think it's exactly what I needed at that time. There was so much going on, and just our season wasn't going the way it was supposed to go. And it allowed me to take a step back and really reflect on what matters. So it's been incredible. Honestly, I've had an incredible offseason.
You're saying you're going to be even better.
Absolutely.
After this adversity. What does an even better Maxx Crosby even look like?
I mean, for me, I truly believe this in my heart and soul. I'm the best player on the planet. And when I step on the field, there's nothing you could tell me. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. So, yeah, I've made some All-Pros. I've made 4 Pro Bowls in a row.
You had a great season this year despite all of this.
I know. We found a way.
It's it's insane. 7.5 sacks on the year. I mean, you now have the 3rd most career sacks in Raiders franchise history.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You don't even have a foot. Your foot is barely on your foot.
I know, but that's not my goal. It's not to be just the best Raider. I want to be the best, period. And there's other guys in that realm of elite at my position, and I look at that as competition as well. Like, I believe when it's all said and done, the body of work is going to speak for itself. So you look at guys like Kobe. Like, Kobe played 20 years. He only won 1 MVP. I was talking about this earlier. Like, I want to be a DPOY. I want to do all these things. And, like, I haven't done it yet. I haven't been a first-team All-Pro yet. And that's still – I have my opinions, but I still got more to do. And I want to win. That's the most
you're terrifying. You're terrifying. You're a terrifying guy.
You think I'm terrifying?
Yeah, I do. I think you're absolutely terrifying. I think you're absolutely terrifying. I want to know what's. I want to ask about Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. Let's talk about.
So you've got new energy in the building.
Yeah.
I know it's important to you to be a Raider. You've got a lot going on. What is his energy like? What's the vibe? What's like the one thing that you took away from your first combo with him?
I feel like you meet somebody who's authentic. You know what I mean? Like, you hear stories, you're like, wow, you see him throwing the ball before the game and he's bouncing off the walls all the time. And then you have people who are like, oh, he's 73, he's too old, and he's probably gonna get mad when I say this, but like, damn, he's a grandpa out there. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I've been with him for 2 weeks. Obviously, he's hiring the staff. He's busy as hell. He is bouncing off the walls at all times. And just being able to sit with him one-on-one and have those conversations, it's been awesome so far. So I'm optimistic. That's my personality.
Is Marshawn Lynch going to be in the building?
I think Marshawn might be our assistant head coach. You never know. That's
is
my
that
guy.
actually a thing? Let's talk about it. Maybe?
I don't know if that's a thing.
Would you welcome that?
Marshawn's my guy. I've known Marshawn since day. We have the same agent, same business part. We're locked in.
Okay.
Like, that's family to me. So,
What's
yeah,
it
if you
like
got
to feel?
him
What's it
around,
like
you
to
good.
feel so wanted? Because every team wants you. Every person that comes and sits on my set says, "Can you just tell him? Like, we'd love him. We would want him on our team."
It's crazy. You know, honestly, it's surreal. You know, I feel like the last 2 years, it's been like every month there's a new team who's like. It started with the Lions, then there's like Buffalo, you got Green Bay. There's a million teams, and for me, I'm like, I feel like my own fans from the Raiders and just fans in general, like they get mad at me through other teams' love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
don't know
It's weird.
you well enough, but I feel like it's changed a little bit. Am I wrong? You have a tattoo, Raider, okay. And now it's like, but now it's like, well, I don't know you.
Yeah,
Lions thing happens, and now I feel like, okay, Cam Jordan sat here yesterday, and I said, would you pull a Myles Garrett, go get yourself a ring? He said, absolutely not. So that's one end. Then there's Myles Garrett demanding a trade, requesting a trade. Where are you? Where are you on from I'm not leaving to I'm requesting a trade?
Right now,
you're allowed, man.
I'm taking it one step at a time. There's obviously the contract thing that has to be hashed out. That's one part of it. There's also what's the plan? You know what I mean? I've had the opportunity to sit with front office and ownership and head coach and GM. Like I've been having those conversations and continue to have that as far as what's the plan moving forward. Because I have one body and I can only play for so long. And the way I play, like I'm gonna play with reckless abandon. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna play forever. I want an opportunity to win. That's all that matters to me. I do believe in what we're doing so far and what I've heard and what I've seen. And I'm just going to continue taking it one step at a time. So there's so many different elements to it. Like I said, from the contract to this and that, you got to figure out who's our future at certain positions, things like that. So I'm truly, and I'm not just saying this to be like politically correct, I'm literally taking it one day at a time. For me, I want to win, no matter what. Like I'm an ultimate competitor. I want a chance. And I don't want to join the damn Chiefs and get a Super Bowl. That would mean absolutely nothing to me. I want to join. You know, if I want to be a part, not join, start controversy. I want to be a part of winning in a culture that is about winning, and that's all that matters to me. At the end of the day, like I want to be in the Hall of Fame, and I want to go, and I want to.
And you deserve
Super
it.
Bowl
And you
ring.
shouldn't feel bad about doing what you want to do.
No, absolutely.
And I love that for you.
I don't feel bad about it. I want to be a Super Bowl champ and a Hall of Fame.
Let's go. Tell me what you're doing with sex. Tell me about your underwear, Max.
Yeah, you know, never thought I'd be an underwear model. See, I'm driving to Vegas. I see myself basically naked on a billboard now, and it's like, what is
that like?
What is life? what is going on? But
God is good.
God is great. You know what I mean? But honestly, like just the alignment from top to bottom. You know, they've done so much for myself and aligned with everything I believe in. They're helping me with NIL deals for players at Eastern Michigan,
Let's
getting
go.
guys paid. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's what it's all about. They're just giving back to everything I believe in, and in my opinion, best underwear in the game. I wear them every single day. You got the sport, you got the everyday stuff. You know what I mean? They just do an incredible job.
Maxx
Shout out to
Crosby,
Zach.
everybody, coming for the throne of greatest player ever. We'll take a short break. Joe Burrow on the other side. Who's recruiting you the most? We're still live. Oh, we're not?
Oh, really?
I'm sorry?
Okay.
I did. I sent it to break. Okay. So Max, you have to leave?
I think so.
I think you do.
Okay.
Who's recruiting you the most? Josh Jacobs?
I'll say, Josh definitely. I think I just saw him walking by.
Who's recruiting you the most?
Honestly, right now it's Buffalo for sure. They're blown.
Who? Give me the.
Like what player?
Yeah. I want to know who's texting you the most to come to their team.
I mean, you can make your own assumptions.
Come on, tell me.
I'm not a snitch. When
right,
I
all
got in
right.
the stand.
All right, we love you. We're going to say bye, and we're going to bring out Joe Burrow. I love you. You're the best. Thank you. Great to see you, too. Hey, you know Mike G. That's my boy. I'll see you guys later this week with him.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. Appreciate you. Photo, come on.
Yeah, of course. Joining us now on behalf, you can kind of see the top of the trophy there, on behalf of the FedEx Air Ground NFL Players of the Year Award is the NFL's leader in passing yards and touchdowns, a finalist for MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Good. We have NFL honors tonight. What are you wearing? Take me through the process and picking it out.
Yeah, I've got a nice little suit from Aloe tonight. It should look cool.
Okay, love that. You are here, of course, honors, red carpet, all of that. Being in New Orleans, you know a thing or two. When you land, what are the first three things that you do? Or
I
places
just went to sleep last night. I'll have to get a shrimp po' boy before I leave.
From where?
And some gumbo. I don't know where. Probably a local spot. I'll have to ask around.
Local spot. I wouldn't tell anybody where I was going if I was Joe Burrow either. The crowd is huge for you here at Media Row. I know that you had an incredible year. You were on this crazy stretch. If we look at the numbers, it's insane. Record 8 straight games with 250 plus or 3 or more touchdowns. Kobe used to say that he would let the game sort of slow down and he'd be fully present in a moment in a hot streak like that. What is it like for you to be in that?
Yeah, it felt great. The game was moving really slow for me. I felt fast, agile. I felt like I could put the ball where I wanted it to go. I think there's another level that I can hit. I'm excited to try to hit it.
So you guys obviously ended the season on a hot streak. What are you maybe looking forward to? What are you working on to maybe get on a quicker start next year? I know that's like a huge narrative surrounding the Bengals.
Yeah, we'll see. I think our coaches will have a good plan for training camp for that. My job is to be as good as I can this offseason, be consistently disciplined in my routine and just try to get better every single day at so many different things. There's not really anything specific that I'm going into the offseason working on. It's just more general, getting better, bigger, faster, stronger, and getting better at everything.
How do you celebrate wins?
Well, there's not a ton of time to celebrate wins. Usually you just go home and you can't really sleep after games too much. So you go back and watch some football with your family or sit and usually you have friends in town. You hang out with them a little bit. So it's always nice to win and be able to enjoy those couple hours after the game, and then the next day it's back to work.
I feel like you're somebody who isn't satisfied often. Is that a misconception? Do I have that wrong? Like, when's the last time you were like, yes, I did that?
Probably the national championship in 2020. That felt like a culmination of a lot of different things that came together and worked out well for me. That was an exciting moment.
Is it fair to say that the next time I see you with a cigar in public, smoking one, that will be a time that you're satisfied?
Well, if we win the division, I'll smoke one.
Okay.
So that, I wouldn't say I'll be satisfied after that, but Super Bowl will definitely satisfy me.
I feel like you should celebrate wins. You obviously are doing so much today. We have this amazing season and all of that. There's a lot of recruiting going on. A lot of like, I want Cooper, I want Devontae, T should come here, Myles, Garrett, Maxx Crosby, who you just saw backstage. We're not dishing guys. You want to keep everybody in-house. I thought that was really freaking cool. You said we're going to find a way to make it work. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by potentially restructuring?
Well, we have me, Jamar, T, Trey, Mike G. You know, we have guys that want to play together. And so, you know, we're going to find a way to make that work. You know, I know our organization wants to make it happen too. Guys want to get paid what they're worth. But at the same time, you know, I know that how important it is to keep great players together. And so, you know, I'm going to do what it takes. I know they will too. And, you know, hopefully our organization does what it takes to keep everybody around.
I feel like in the offseason, I met you in Cincinnati. It was sort of a foregone conclusion. There was no news on T, and T's like, I'm out of here. Probably. It's a business. I understand. I want to be here. I want to win here. I know the team loves him. When did that start? Like, you sort of injecting yourself incredibly into this conversation to maybe make that happen?
I'm not sure I would say injecting myself. I think part of the job of being a quarterback of an organization is figuring out ways to make the team better, and you want to be collaborative with the front office to make the team as good as you can. So, you know, I'm taking that to heart. I know, based on conversations that I've had with our players, they want to be here and they want to do what it takes to be here too. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm excited about our chances. I'm
excited about it too. I mean, there's this idea that there's a window. Do you subscribe to this idea?
Every year you have a new team. It doesn't matter, you know, every single year there's so much turnover anyway. You have new guys coming in, guys leaving, coaches leaving. Every year is a new year. So I'm always excited for that challenge. Every year you have to build new chemistry and figure out who you are as a unit, and that's always an exciting opportunity.
I think it's been really cool to see more of you challenging yourself, I imagine, personally, to embrace what this is everywhere you go. How is that going?
Well, after the season, you want to kind of curl up into a ball and not really talk to anybody for a while. So I'm kind of still into that relaxation mode right now where, you know, events like these are a lot for me currently. But, you know, as you get tired of that pretty quickly. And so in a couple months, I'll be ready to go and start doing some things again.
What kind of stuff do you want to do? I know we saw some Fashion Week stuff. We just saw, you know, a little bit more personality. Like, I feel like you're on this journey of sort of figuring it out and what that looks like. And I appreciate so much, like, your private life and wanting to keep it that way. But what are the things that you do want to sort of start opening and expressing? Yeah,
we'll probably do that again.
Awesome.
Just flying around, seeing friends, experiencing things, going to new countries. Those are always fun times.
What's one country you want to go to?
I was in Australia a couple weeks ago, went to New Zealand.
Saw that.
I'd like to go to Spain and Portugal at some point. I'd like to go to Dubai at some point. That's not all this offseason, that's for sure, but
it might be.
Years and years to make those trips.
We're going to bring in O's in a second, but MVP, OPOY, congratulations on all of that. You're also a nominee for FedEx Air Ground Players of the Year alongside Jamar Chase, and FedEx is making a donation in the name of each air ground player. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. You know, I won the award in 2022, and this is the first year that receivers and tight ends are eligible, so I think it'd be cool for me and Jamar to win.
All right, you and Jamar, I mean, I talked to you in August and I said, is there another level to you two? Clearly there was, and there will be more. Oh, the Mentalist! This is an old friend of yours.
We got some history.
I didn't know.
Good to see you again, Joe.
Was it great to see you?
Great to see you, Kay.
You too. You two do your thing. You guys saw each other backstage or no?
Momentarily,
Okay.
where I reminded Joe during the Bengals season, this was honestly the clip that's gone most viral, is I tell Joe to look around the room and throw the ball to anybody he wants, but I want a sequel. I want a sequel of this. And Kay, I need your help.
Of course.
I want you to come cover my eyes.
Okay.
Come cover my eyes.
Deal.
Joe, grab this, and I'm asking you to write down a play.
Like literally cover your eyes?
Cover my eyes, dead serious. I can't see a thing. Joe, a play.
It's great to see you, as always.
You too. But Joe, before you write down the name of a play, think of yourself going through the playbook, anything, right? I told you something random. Can you draw it out a little bit in your mind? See where are your receivers going? Where are the tight ends going? Is this a running play? Let me know when you start drawing it out. See, I'm thinking, where did he go on the left and the right? And then write the name. Thank you, I've been moisturizing. Write the name of that play on the bottom. Is it close to your heart? Is there any way in the world I could know, Joe, what you would have gone with?
No.
0, right? Not 0.5%, 0. All right, I'm seeing one receiver going left, one ducking in. Who originated this? Is this a Peyton Manning play? Omaha through. Is that an Omaha through?
Yeah.
Can you turn around? Can you show them right now for real?
Stop!
Joe, I got to take it to the next level. Which is, what if instead of you being with your team, with the Bengals, I give you a fantasy draft of any player that's ever played, period. NFL greats, past or present. You're doing an Omaha through. You're throwing the ball to one person. Close your eyes right now. Close your eyes, please. See this person in front of you right now. Can you imagine him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you one question. Did you instantly know when I asked you who you were gonna go with, or were you on the fence?
I was on the fence.
You were on the fence, right? I love that when people are indecisive, but the strongest QBs always deliver under pressure. Keep your eyes closed. Could you swear to God, I did not tell you who to say right now?
No.
There's no setup. Folks, Joe Burrow could have thought of anybody. Tell us all, you're Omaha through. Who's catching that ball? Who's scoring the touchdown? Open your eyes, tell me.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss. Yo, make some noise out there.
Joe, do you have questions?
Well, I thought I had it figured out when he did it in Cincinnati, but this one didn't work out the same way, so now I'm confused again, I would say.
That's what I like to do. I like to keep confusing you, up in the ante. I see big things next season.
Oh, yeah.
You think Myles Garrett, Maxx Crosby are keeping him up at night? O's the Mentalist.
Maxx Crosby was
You
definitely
think
scared of me
Joey
last
B
year. No.
up at night? All right, are you going to make his trophy disappear? Don't do that.
No, I'm not doing
Can you
that.
tell us if he's going to win at honors this evening?
I feel very good.
Do you feel like he's going to have a great outfit found out?
That's 100%
Potentially.
lock.
He always
That's
does.
a lock
Always
right
does.
there.
Joey,
There's no question.
Look how you're kind of upset, aren't you?
Why would I be upset?
I don't know, because
Nah,
I
he
feel like
loves
he's not
it.
your number.
Well, I just thought I had it figured out, and I didn't have it figured out.
Who could win in chess?
Are you a good chess player?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you got me beat.
Okay, this
Howard
is the,
Stern beat me recently.
This is a FanDuel stunt in the making. All right, Joey, we appreciate you.
I'll
I
go
don't know why
for
I
a
just called
field
you
goal
Joey. I'm
kicking
sorry,
challenge.
Joe Burrow.
Joe,
We've got
thank
O's
you.
here all day. We've got more guests coming up. Jaden Daniels, Bijan Robinson, Fred Warner, Bryce Young will be back after this.
Why would
I just met my next guest for the first time, which is unbelievable. One of the best young, swaggy pass rusher in the game, double-digit sacks, making the Pro Bowl in each of his first 4 seasons. Micah Parsons, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Finally, you've never graced our presence with yourself on the show. I'm excited.
I appreciate that. I watch your show a lot. I watch it with Devontae and everything.
Well, I've watched you react to some things being said on my show, so I know that you see the little clips, but you're killing it in the media game. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm trying to imprint my name a little bit.
You're everywhere. I mean, you're also a Dallas Cowboy. You're also incredible. Before we get to the Cowboys, I want to ask you what happened on your show, The Edge. Congrats on everything. Derwin James, friend of mine, didn't believe that Alabama offered you a scholarship. Little do you know, we pulled up the highlights. Talk me through this. This is Harrisburg School. Let's see it. You look like Derrick Henry out here in these streets. Talk to me.
Yeah, you know.
Look at this.
Listen, Derwin said I have no wiggle or finesse, but as you can see, I obviously have a lot of that. You know, I was just going to throw all my game out there on the show because, it's like one of them things like people talk and you just prove them wrong. Actually, I had a touchdown. I had a touchdown return. I used wiggle. I used a couple jump cuts, cut back. If we look at, when I recovered against the Bears, I did a, side step. Like, I got that into my game. Like,
do you tell the Cowboys this? Are you like, let's effing go?
Yeah, I tell them, but apparently there was a rumor that if I got hurt playing offense, that some people get fired. And
do you believe that rumor?
I don't, because anytime I talk to Jerry Jones, he told me he's about winning games, and I've yet to get the ball on the 2-yard line.
Micah, how often are you talking to Jerry Jones?
Me and Jerry talk like 4 or 5 times a year.
Have you ever had a cocktail with Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
What is that like? Take me into that.
We just did one a couple weeks ago. He's a wine guy.
Okay.
Or he drinks Johnny Walker Blue.
Okay.
If he really wants to get lit. Yeah, he's a real classy dude.
And what do you two talk about?
It just depends. Sometimes we'll just talk about life. We'll talk about financial decisions, his history and past about losses, mistakes, like things that he could have done better on. Or, we'll talk about the future of the team, what I think about someone prospectively, where I want the team to go, how do we get back on a winning train.
What does it feel like to be in that inner circle?
Honestly, I'm just working my way there. You know what I mean?
I think you're there, Micah.
We're coming closer and closer every time.
What's the best advice he's given you, honestly?
The best advice, he said, fake it till you make it.
That's pretty good advice. I do it here every day.
Yeah.
On the Up and Adam show. Listen, you not only have the running backs, so you say wiggle, all that. You were like routing up Malik Neighbors, too, right, at the Pro Bowl. You were doing your thing. Things have worked out very well for you as a pass rusher, we might have to say. I do want you to look at this. You have the 5th, take a look. You have the 5th most sacks through 4 seasons in NFL history. Look at that list, okay?
Yeah.
Woo! That's Hall of Fame right there. That's JJ. Go ahead, Micah. Talk me through this list.
It really makes me upset because I was supposed to beat DeMarcus.
Oh.
I was supposed to beat him.
Okay.
If I didn't get injured, I would have beat DeMarcus, and I promised myself that I was talking down his record. So that really bothers me. As a mentor of mine, I look up to him greatly. So that bothers me a lot that he's in front of me.
But he's such a nice guy.
He is. That's big bro. That's big bro. He took me under the wing, but I'm supposed to beat him theoretically. Like,
I think you'll get there. When's the last time you talked to Jerry about an extension?
We didn't even talk about that. We don't even talk numbers.
You talk money, advice.
He just tells me I'm his guy, and that's all I had to know.
Can you do an impression? How does he say it to you?
He like, well, Micah, as you know, you are the future of this football team. Like, that's how he looks at it.
Let's go. Dallas, after this Luka trade, I feel like 31 other fan bases started concocting deals for you. Where should Micah go? How does that feel? What does that feel like?
Honestly, it's just like cool. It's cool.
You like it? You do? You like it?
I think it's funny because they're using the AI thing and they put me in these jerseys and my face looks bloated and stuff.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the AI got me with a fat face.
Oh, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
You said yesterday the Cowboys signing Derrick Henry wouldn't have helped this year.
No.
What needs to happen to help this team?
Well, honestly, you gotta look around situationally. Like, Baltimore was a perfect situation for Derrick Henry. You know, everything happens for a reason. But, you know, up until Dak got hurt, we was pretty much a pass-first team. Derrick Henry's a guy that belongs in a 20, 30 carry a game situation. Ravens love to run the ball. I think situationally it was better for him to go over there.
If y'all had signed Saquon, would that have made a difference?
No. No one was going to save us.
Nothing was going to happen. So you could make one move. Let's say, like, Jerry's like, I'm going to go on my yacht for a while. You take this big mahogany desk, this leather chair, make a move. What are you doing?
Yo, go get us Myles Garrett. What are we talking about here?
The floor is yours.
Yeah, let's go get Myles Garrett. We're going to make one move. Honestly, I'm a defensive person. I don't really believe in offense because I done seen the best offenses shut down in the biggest moments, and I done seen. But if you're talking about a team, like, consistently, teams that step up, its defense shows up. Like, you're dependent on each other. Like, you control the narrative of the game. You know what I mean? By just doing your job. Offense, like, you can kind of be counterproductive if they got a great corner or, like, they got a great linebackers, great, you know, there's too many dependent pieces. Like, your best wide receiver needs the offensive line play, QB play, a good run game play. Everything's dependent on it. But defense, it's like you kind of just show up, F things up, and you're there.
So when you said that one piece wouldn't save the Cowboys, you meant everybody but Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Defense.
You literally just said Saquon wouldn't save us, Derrick wouldn't save us, but you're saying Myles Garrett would. Explain that Micah math to me.
All right, because I'm going to put it like this, right? If Myles sees two tight ends, then it's like, who's chipping me? Who's focused on me? Then it's like, if you know, the running back's focused on me, then you could just add linebacker pressure. You got Osa. Like, there's so many things we can do. Like, you can't focus on everybody.
I got Jaden backstage. You see him?
Yeah.
What was that like?
That's like, honestly, he's my age. I can't even call him little bro.
But you guys are friendly? Are you supposed to be friendly? What's that dynamic?
Yeah, we friendly.
I feel like you should be chasing him backstage. I don't want you making friends with him. This is a rival.
I sacked him like 4 times this year. I don't need to chase him no more. He tired of me.
When he saw you, what did he say to you?
He was just like, "What's good?" Like that's like.
No, I want you guys to hate each other.
For why?
Because it's like rivals. I just want you to like scare him. No?
Nah, I'm not. Nah, he cool. I think, honestly, I got a lot of respect for him. So like, I'm not gonna like. I have no like hate like. On the football field, I'm gonna try to sack him again. Like, but like outside of this, I actually look up to like what he's done this year.
You're in your career. You are a made man facing an extension with the Dallas Cowboys. You look up to a rookie quarterback on a division rival team. Why?
All right, hold on. When I say look up, like I said, look up to what he's done this year. Like I have the utmost respect because that was not even a playoff contending team. That wasn't even like a team that's really been built around him. Like, that was kind of just a lot of pieces thrown together. Let's see what happens. And he took that theme all the way to something I haven't even achieved in my career. So, like, doing that as a rookie is, like, I have the utmost respect for him of what he's accomplished this year.
Sounds like Jaden could do something to the Cowboys.
No. He's exactly where he needs to be, too.
Tell me what you have going on with Madden Bowl.
All right, so Madden Bowl, obviously, I'm the best Madden player in the NFL.
I didn't know that. I'm so glad to know that.
Yeah, I'm the best Madden player.
The best?
The best.
The best. Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously we got Madden Bowl. This is honestly, they're getting paid a large amount of money in the Madden Bowl. Like, this is serious. Like, the best players in the world is coming down to tonight, see who's going to win that Madden Bowl check. It's super dope. And they got Jelly Roll performing. Like, this is going to be, like,
I love that.
Like, I'm a huge Jelly Roll fan. So,
He's
like,
amazing.
when they said this, like, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm coming.
You're currently a 98 overall in Madden. Ocho Cinco has to be around here somewhere. Do we need to adjust your score? 98 seems low?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go give him a nugget on that bald head if he don't give me my 99.
Yeah. Do you play with the Cowboys in Madden?
Sometimes.
Who
It
do you play
depends
with
who
the
I'm
most?
playing. If I'm playing with kids, like if I'm playing against kids, I'm playing with the Cowboys so I can use myself. They think it's the most amazing thing in the world. And I just use like mid-blitz, and I just blitz myself every play. But if I'm playing like competitively, I'm using like the Chiefs or like.
Oh, he's playing with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I love that. Your thumb goes back way crazy. Did you see this thumb? Look how, anybody, look at, this is your thumb is wild. You never heard this before?
What's that mean?
I don't know, is this from Madden? Look at this, look at, your thumb is like a, hold on, show me this way. You have a crazy thumb. I've never
What does
seen
that
anything
mean?
like that. I don't know. I've just never seen that.
This one doesn't do it.
It's
Hold
stuck
up.
out.
That one don't do
It
it.
must be from Madden or something. I don't know, Micah. Any other hot takes you'd like to give? The Myles Garrett sell happened. You're giving love to Jaden, which I think is weird. Anything you want to say about the Super Bowl? A bold prediction from Micah Parsons to the world?
Let's go Chiefs!
Let's go, Chief. Why? What is it? What is that?
Okay, I always say it, like I always say, coaching always beats talent. I'm not saying the Eagles aren't a well-coached team, but it just so happens that the Chiefs win. If it's a close game, I think the Chiefs will win. They just find ways to win games, especially in close moments. They got the most, I think, clutches quarterback in the league. Not in history, not yet, but.
You want to see greatness?
Yeah, I want to see the three-peat. I think that's pretty legendary. You don't get to see it all the time. I miss Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? So I would like to see this. So.
He's like, hey, old lady, I know you lived through the 90s and the 3P, but I missed that shit. So
Yeah.
here I go. Micah Parsons with Madden Bowl. Watch Best Madden Player in the World. I didn't know. Jaden Daniels coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. Micah, amazing. You're an absolute star. I think we have something like 50 guests for Media Row, and this is the one I was most excited about. It's happening right now, joined by the guy who took the Washington Commanders to the NFC Championship as a rookie, the winningest season the franchise has seen in 3 decades, older than he even is. Jaden Daniels, welcome to Up and Adams. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
You have a very cool vibe about you, Jaden. Very calm. What have you made of this experience so far at Super Bowl?
It's been wild. First one as a pro, so it's been wild. So trying to soak it all in, take everything in.
Well, we have news this morning, right? 2024, you already know this. Pepsi Zero Sugar, Rookie of the Year. How does it feel, and especially when you have big stuff going on tonight for honors?
It's a blessing. I mean, as many talented rookies that we had in our class, to be named this, voted by the fans, it's just nothing but respect, and it's a blessing.
You're not going to end the awards tonight. You're not going to end them in 5 years, in 10 years. If I were to fast forward 20 years from now and you're getting your Hall of Fame jacket, whatever, who's the first person you're going to thank?
First person? My parents, both my parents, mom and dad. You know, they helped me get to this point. They sacrificed a lot for me to get here, so they're for sure getting thanked.
We've got AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's going to follow. When you look back at this season, if I had to put in one of these picture frames I have back here, you see Drew Brees and Champagne.
I do.
What is the photo from your rookie season that you'd want framed?
I would probably say me smiling that like the NFL has me smiling after we beat Tampa Bay. Like when I had the Band-Aid on my
your
for the
face
cut,
is bleeding.
yeah.
It was crazy.
That's the picture right there.
Why that one?
Because first time, and what was it, 2 decades they won a playoff game. I think that just sums up everything that happened, and for the season that we had, and obviously the fan base and how joyful and excited they were for that.
What does this fan base mean to you right now?
It means a lot. Just how they embrace me, how they embrace my family, and really how they embrace this whole new team. And, you know, they show out and show up every week.
I was there in August. It had to be 1,000,000 degrees. So none of the fans out there are complaining because you guys are out there running drills. I got to watch you. The ball never hit the ground. It was insane. And everybody talks about your poise, sort of how you are and you can't be rattled. You're unflappable. People compare you to Joe Burrow, who was just on the set. Do you feel like that's your greatest strength?
I think so. I think it just plays a part of just who I am and, you know, staying even-keeled. And when other people are looking at me, they know, like, I'm the same no matter what's going on.
I remember being at camp, and you were undeniable, right? You were the rookie. You were going to inherit the kingdom. And DQ was like, "Kay, you're not talking to him."
He shut you down?
Yeah. I said, I don't want to interview him. I'd like to say hello. And he said, "You're not talking to him. He's not the starter."
Okay.
He said he's not number 1 on the depth chart.
I had to earn talking to you.
You tell me.
That's what it sounded like.
Well, how was it in training camp? I think I sort of want you to maybe just reflect on how this team handled that situation.
Like you said, I had to earn everything. It was nothing given. I wasn't a captain. I wasn't a leader. I wasn't part of the leadership group. I had to earn that. I had to earn the starting role. So for me, I was just like, hey, they really treated me like a player, but essentially like I was a rookie still.
Do you think that was the right way to do it, looking back?
For sure.
Why?
I mean, I wanted to earn everything. I wanted to earn the respect of the coaches, my teammates, because, I mean, if they just came in and handed me everything, you know, I wouldn't have felt right with that, you know, because there's guys that been in the league for 10-plus years. I had to earn the right to talk trash to Bobby and, you know, just earn the right through my play.
You're not talking trash to Bobby.
100%.
Tell me about that.
That's like a big brother to me. So it's like a big brother, little brother dynamic. But you know, I still give him trash. I still talk trash to him. But we challenge each other. So I think that's probably the biggest thing and the best thing in our relationship.
Does he give you any books to read, or does he give you?
He said I don't read books. So I told him that I do read books.
Oh.
But you know, allegedly he said I don't read books.
What's the one thing you've sort of, maybe a specific thing you've picked off of him?
How he takes care of his body. It was one time that we got back late and from a game, and he was like, "Hey, let's go get in the cold tub." And it's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning. 2
in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody got to the facility and went home.
Nah, people went home from the airport, stuff like that. Get back to the facility, you go home, and he was like, "Hey, nah, let's get in the tub." So that's probably the biggest thing, where it's like, okay, that's how he takes care of his body. That's how he goes from moving forward and starting his week off right.
So he's bringing that to the table. Everybody's bringing something. You're bringing virtual reality.
Yeah.
Now, I know nothing about this. Explain to me what it was like bringing that to Cliff Kingsbury.
It's crazy. It's like a video game.
Okay, really?
With real human
Explain
movement.
it to an old lady. So it's literally like a headset.
It's a headset, so it's a VR headset, and it's essentially like a video game, but like it's realistic because the movements are like real movements that they're doing. So I wish I had it on me so I could show you. But, you know, if you come back to training camp, I got you.
Maybe they'll let me talk to you this time after you took your team to the second to last game of the year. How does it help you? Like, what would be your sell to explain why VR has maybe impacted your success your rookie year?
I think you don't get a lot of reps throughout the week, especially later on in the year. So you could literally just sit there for like 45 minutes, an hour, and have no stress on your body. As you go out there, you're just flicking your wrist, throwing the ball to the receiver.
It's visualizing too? Like it puts you in that.
It puts you in the stadium, like the stadium you're gonna be in, that you're gonna play in. It has literally like the play clocks. Like everything is exactly like to a T of how the stadium is gonna be. So like by the time you get on Sundays to the stadium, you're already familiar with like your surroundings.
What quarterbacks are asking you about it?
Not really. I think we'll have some more conversations.
Jaden, that's not true.
Nobody really asked me.
Really? I feel like that's going to be all anybody does in the offseason to get ready. Has there ever been a play that you ran on the VR that worked out exactly how you thought it'd be?
100%.
Like many?
Even back to college, like I remember it was like there was a play versus this coverage, and it was like I seen this before, and it was like the exact same thing I threw in the VR.
Did you hear what Myles Garrett said about you yesterday, Jaden?
Did not.
You didn't? Oh, Mina Kimes, I believe, asked Myles hey, Mina, we love you. She asked Myles Garrett yesterday if playing with you would be appealing to him, and his answer was, quote, absolutely. What do you think about that?
I mean, for one of the best defensive players in the league, I mean, it's just nothing but respect, and it's a good feeling when your peers respect you like that.
When's the last time you two talked?
Probably the game. We haven't talked no time soon.
What was said?
Just respect. He was like, you respect my game. I was like, I respect his game and what he's done and what he brings, and just stay healthy and stuff like that.
I mean, I sit with Davante Adams. He comes on my show every week. He wanted you with the Raiders. You're now this recruiting tool where all these free agents, these draft guys are going to want to be taken by the Commanders. You've been part of this evolutionary shift for the team, for the city, and all of that. You have Tom Brady and Mahomes. Micah Parsons just said he looks up to you. What's that? Did you hear him say that?
No, he did not say that.
He did.
No, he
did he not say that?
No, he didn't.
Micah Parsons said, "I look up to him." What does that feel like?
It's a good feeling. I mean, just like you said, being so young but having the respect of your peers, that's all you can ask for.
How do you do it?
I don't know.
How do you do it?
I'm just myself.
You've always been this guy, this
just
special guy
myself.
that Dan Quinn decided isn't the starter back in August. Wild. If you could tell Mahomes one thing about facing this Eagles defense, what would you tell him?
I mean, that's tough. He faced them before. He won many Super Bowls. I don't know how much I could tell him, but obviously you just don't have negative plays on first and second down. Hey, go be you, and that's more than enough for him.
You keep your cool together. I'm curious if you'll do it when O's the Mentalist comes up here. Okay, can we have him come up here and play a little?
Come on.
Okay, there we go. Yes, sport coffee, baby. Woo, cheers to you.
All the time. Patrick sends this to me. Shout out to my boy Dougie Schulman. Also, Jaden is so funny. We met backstage.
We did.
And I performed at a show for his mom 3 weeks ago. She saw me. She is backstage. Mom is backstage.
Amazing.
And I told him that this has been such an electric season that I think the entire country, the entire world has been watching.
Woo, Jaden!
I think the greatest rookie season of all time. I mean, no joke. And I think so much of that is what you said, the mental game.
Okay.
It is. It's staying grounded. And so here's my challenge to you, is if I were to say to go back in time, okay, you know what, don't even get your phone. I would say get your phone, but I'm gonna do it right now. And if you were to go back and look through people you've got history with, people that go back with you a ways, and to stop and land on one person that I don't even know why, or if you know why, they popped in your head. Can you see that person's face?
Yes.
If I got your mom back here and had her stand right here, do you think she would instantly guess who you picked, or not even your mom?
No, not even.
How could I know something mom didn't know?
I don't know.
All right, and then let's take it one step further. Think of this person's first name,
Okay.
and I want you to count the letters. It's a guy, am I right?
Yeah.
You would have smiled more if it was a girl.
Look at Jaden.
Count how many letters are in this guy's name to yourself.
I got it.
See, he did it fast. See that? No play fake. He did it fast.
Short name.
Short name. Short name.
Short name.
So I watched him.
4
And
letters?
he doubled up. I don't think 4 letters.
Oh.
No, he's fast. Jaden Daniels, come on. I think it was longer.
Okay.
And sometimes when there's 2 letters of this, look this way at me. I'm debating whether it's 5, 6, or 7. 6. Is it 6 letters?
5.
It's 5?
5.
See, it's not a magic trick. I'm watching for reactions. All right. If you were to get this person on the phone and tell him one word that only you two would know, like a code word,
Oh,
something.
gosh.
All right, hold up.
Oh, gosh.
Think of the first name. Starts with a D. Does it start with a D?
Yeah.
Jaden, how is he doing it?
I don't know.
Close your eyes. Show everybody.
Okay. Okay.
I was backstage with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons goes, you hacked into my phone or you hacked into my social. I go, I hacked into your brain. Open your eyes. What is this guy's first name?
DeVell.
DeVell.
How? How could he know? Did mom tell him, you think,
No.
Jaden? No way?
And you know what? Watch this, watch this. Imagine DeVell's right here. How long you go back? Where do you know each other from?
High school. Freshman year high school.
Freshman year of high school.
Oh, gosh.
And you looked at him and you thought of it exactly right now, of one word you could say to him that would have a meaning to you and him and nobody else could know. Can you see it right now in your head?
Yes.
And imagine, look me in the eyes, and imagine you shake my hand. Right there, LeBron? LeBron with an A.
No way. There's no way, bro. No.
How? Jaden, what do you think?
don't know.
Hold on.
There's
Jaden
no
is
way.
speechless.
No, there's no way.
Does it freak you out? Does
That
it
was
freak
crazy.
you out?
That's insane.
Oh, how did you do that?
DeVel's right there. No, I'm totally kidding. They're like, DeVel, how you been?
Nah, there's no way.
That was unbelievable. I mean,
Bring that
there
back.
you go.
You gotta show that one.
There you
No.
go. Show it to the camera.
That's crazy.
DeVel LeBron
That's
with the
my
play.
Hail Mary right there. That's my equivalent of my Hail Mary right there.
I mean, I can't believe we didn't even talk about that. Well, you just like, when you reflect and sit and think about that play, I think that was the moment the entire city realized this was not just a flash in the pan, a growing year. Like, you exercise an entire city on one play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was like, that's just crazy. Like, I didn't even, my reaction was so late because I was like still trying to process what happened. And you just see the whole stadium, like everybody's like happy, erupted, like everybody stayed. It was packed.
You didn't practice that on VR, did you?
No,
No.
not at all. I practiced that. We practiced that in practice though. Like,
Yeah?
like DQ has us like practice different situations. I never throw the Hail Mary in practice because they don't want me to throw it, but we practice situations like that.
And it worked out. I mean, practice makes perfect. I don't know how much practice you
I've
take
watched
to
that
do.
about 100 times, that video.
Yeah, to do what you do. Really quickly, can we just address the Kevin Durant of this all? Kevin Durant, basketball, one-on-one. I know that you think you have skills, Bobby Wagner.
Look. I'm not beating KD. That's insane to say.
But is there, have you ever
I'm beating
played
Bobby
him?
Wagner.
You'd beat Bobby Wagner. Not, I thought, didn't Bobby tell us Kevin Durant? There was something, I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what KD said. I'm the KD of the NFL. But I'm not beating, that's insane. No, I'm not beating KD in basketball. I'm beating Bobby Wagner.
You're beating Bobby Wagner. Have you beat Bobby Wagner?
We have not played
Okay,
yet.
hold on. Who said he could score on him? They're telling me in my ear, and I'm having fact checks. Oh, you said you could score on KD. Is that true?
I
Did
think
you say-
I could get a bucket on him. One.
You
I
can't-
don't think, I'm not going to beat him, but I think I could get a bucket on him.
You can get a bucket on Kevin Durant. Okay, there it is. The gauntlet has been thrown. We'll be back after this with Bijan Robinson. Thank you so much.
That's great.
The never-ending show. My next guest racked up nearly 1,900 yards of offense this season, and he just celebrated his 23rd birthday at Disney World. Bijan Robinson, how was that? What was your favorite ride?
Tron.
Tron. Tell me about that one. Upside down?
No, so like, have you ever seen the movie Tron?
No.
Oh man.
Tell me.
Well, it's like this like futuristic, like kind of like motorcycle movie, and like you just kind of like sit up in it, and then it like just takes off. Like, it's the craziest ride. Do you like rides?
I do.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love that you're here. Look, obviously you're celebrating. You're having a great time. You always have a smile on your face.
It's the best.
You replaced Saquon Barkley at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Monday at Super Bowl 59 opening night, he said you were one of his top 3 backs in the league. I saw you tweeting at him. I love this like brotherhood, camaraderie. What does that mean to you to hear from Saquon?
I mean, it means a lot. Like, just having, obviously, he's had the most special season, one of the most special seasons for a running back that you can ever have. So, like, for me, you know, seeing a guy like that and you know, getting respect from him is the biggest thing for me. But, you know, obviously, I'm trying to continue to elevate the position too. And there's other running backs that are trying to elevate our position and make it an all-around position, more so just being a running back and being just a playmaker. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Who's the unionizer of you guys? Like, we're talking about this position, how valuable it is. All the playoff teams, the Cooks, the Henrys, the Hughes, and maybe that changing the marketplace a little bit. Who's the running back that's going to call everyone and get on the same page?
I think that's Derrick Henry.
Yeah?
I think he's the guy that, you know, kind of does all that. Even like Austin Eckler is another guy that kind of forms, I think, everybody together, and just having those kind of guys, and obviously them being vets is pretty cool. You know, hopefully I can, you know, be a big part of that too.
You are, Bish. You are. The other running backs that Saquon mentioned were Derrick Henry and Jahmyr Gibbs. Is there somebody that you would like to not put on that list, but give me a running back that did his thing this year that you'd outside of those guys?
I think Jonathan Taylor, and you know, I think he went crazy. I mean, he had 1,400 yards too.
And that one game, I was like, he's gonna break it. He's gonna break Peterson's thing.
That was insane. And then James Cook, like, that's another one that I respect a lot. I watch him a lot too. So those are 2 other guys, and I'm like, big respect to those guys.
What's the Peterson record? 200. I have to think. Do you know what off the top of your head?
296.
296.
Yeah, 296.
So when that Jonathan Taylor game was happening, I you know, the fact that it's not been done.
Yeah, since
people
then.
were like killing me on Twitter because it can't be done. It's so hard. What is so impossible about that number?
It's just like you need to, like, first of all, you need to be in a rhythm, like, from the beginning, and every run has to be at least, either you need to like get at least 3 70-yard plus runs, or you just gotta, like, you're going for 50 yards every, like, almost every time you kind of touch the ball, and when you're in that groove, it's not hard. It's not hard, because Adrian Peterson did it in the second half. Like,
it's not hard, you're saying.
He did most of it in the second half.
But everything has to break the right way.
Yeah,
and the game script and everything.
Everything, the holes need to open up the right way. And, I mean, Saquon almost did it, so.
I know, but almost. It's always almost. Maybe you'll be the guy that did it. I want to talk about your usage, because I saw you back at Flowery Branch. We were in Georgia. It was hot. I remember we talked about this workload. We talked about this new offense, the things that you were going to be able to do. I'm looking at your numbers. You had 90 more carries than last season, 7 more touchdowns, if we can grab that. Thank you so much. Were you satisfied, my friend, with your usage this year?
You know, I think the usage was great. And I think Zach, like, did a very good job in using me the right way, like, in the pass game and in the run game. And, yeah, I mean, I was very good with it. And I came out healthy, which is, like, the best thing. But yeah, we did talk about it.
We did.
And I think I did say it was going to be like more, but.
Top 5 in rushing attempts, yards, and touchdowns in 2024.
Yeah. But I'm never like satisfied with that, obviously, because I know like there's like so much more in the tank. But it was great this year though.
Tell me what you're doing with C4.
Yeah. So with C4, obviously, you know, this is a brand with me.
Let me see this. All right. Frozen bombsicle, let's go.
This is
there we go.
One of the very good flavors.
Tell me about it.
You know, with C4, you know, this has been, you know, just super helpful for me and you know, my play on the field and just how I work out and, you know, how I live my life. Obviously, I'm very energized. I'm a very energized guy. So, you know, if I just pop this, you know, in the morning, you know, it's super helpful for me. But I think what's most important is it's NSF approved, so
Amazing.
It's safe, you know, for all of us athletes to drink this and not be worried about like, oh, I don't know if this will hinder me or if a test comes and it doesn't go the right way, but you don't got to worry about this with, you know, with C4 at all. So And then if you want like a favorite flavor, like
Tell me.
I love the Jolly Rancher flavor.
Oh my
So
gosh,
if you want
let's
to,
go.
get a little bit extra pizzazz with it,
Okay.
you'll like that a lot. So, but yeah, it's been super great for me.
I love that you're here with C4 Energy. It'll maybe
Yeah.
power you to that 300-yard game I would love to see out of
That would be
Fish.
great.
I
That'd be
think we
great.
have O's. Do we have time for O's though? Are you sure? Wow, we have another. We got so many guests still
Bring
to
'em
come, but
out.
here comes O's.
Bring them out.
1 second. Did I get everything?
O's the Mentalist. Let's hear it for him. Let's go.
Yes.
Brought you one
Yes.
thing.
Okay.
Bijan,
Yep.
you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right.
I have a fun idea for you.
Okay.
Grab your phone out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
He's like,
All right.
quick, delete browser
These are the
history.
worst ones.
Bijan, go to, hold so I can't see it.
Okay.
Go to your contacts
All right.
and tip it. You know what? I want you
Tell
to
me.
CK. I want you to start scrolling through Bijan, and I want you to look over his shoulder. Do a little
Don't look
eavesdropping.
at his poor
No,
contact.
come on,
Okay.
you're gonna
Is
see
it
people.
okay?
And tip it so I can't see it.
Don't let him see.
Now, do you know what's gonna happen right now? Is
He's
when
gonna
someone's
scroll
looking
through.
at your contacts, you start judging who's that one. It doesn't have a first name. You start looking through and assessing who do I even know.
Okay.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick
show him.
someone.
Oh, he-
but
he
no.
doesn't.
Okay, we're gonna do this in a fun way. We're gonna tip this down.
Ooh, who's got the heart emojis on?
Who's got the heart? Now we got deep cuts. We're gonna tip your phone down.
Okay.
And Kay, look, is it scrolling?
Yes.
Bijan, I don't want you to look. So this is
Okay.
the key. I want you to be scrolling without looking. So you take it, and whenever you want, you're gonna stop. Hold it, start scrolling.
Just scroll.
Scroll, and then make sure, and you're gonna see, Kay, there's gonna be a whole list of names.
I mean, he's got short shorts on. I'm looking everywhere. I'm
There's
trying
one-
not to
Tell
look
me when
everywhere.
you're done.
I'm done.
That's it? Bring it close to your heart.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you look when you open a book? It's one of those funny things. Do you look in the middle of the page, the top, or the bottom?
The top.
What do you do?
When I look at what? Say it
In a
again.
book. You get to the airport, you open a book, where do you
Middle.
look? That's what I do. I like to cheat. This guy's by the book. I like that,
Yeah.
Bijan. Okay, you could both look. I've been talking for a while, but you wanted the top. If that's what you want, look where you landed. Look at the name at the top.
Oh shoot.
Oh no, he got rid of it. Oh no, we got it. We got it. Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Okay, do you see someone in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea who you're gonna pick?
No.
Right? Is there any way in the world I could know something you didn't even know?
No, because
Absolutely
we were
not.
scrolling.
Yeah, absolutely not.
All right, put your phone down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have you sit here. We're gonna I'm gonna tag team this. I'm gonna see who I can pick up things from first.
Okay.
Look at the body language, the tension. I think it's a guy. Is it a guy?
It is a guy.
But here's what's funny.
Oh shoot.
You were confused. That didn't make sense. There's no context. Listen to me. That didn't make sense. Do you know
Because
why?
it's not a famous person?
Nope. Because if the name was Michael, she would have known it was a guy. She was confused. She didn't know if it was a guy or girl. It's a name that could go either way. This
Okay.
is funny. You just gave it away. You didn't realize. Chris, is it Chris?
Yes.
Do you understand what just happened? You know
No,
what-
because
what?
you can't get in, heroes.
Think of his last name. Because I know a million dudes named Chris. Think of Chris's last name.
Okay. I thought his last name.
And you mix up the letters in this person's last name.
Okay.
And you just stop and you grab out anyone you want. You just grab it out. You got one?
Yeah.
Did you grab one too?
Yeah, a letter, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I don't think you did a vowel. You didn't do a vowel, did you?
No.
You thought it's too easy. I'm not gonna do the vowel. And then I think you did different letters. B. Are you thinking of a B?
Wait.
Hold up.
I wasn't.
That wasn't hers. I told you, you're thinking of different letters. Chris. I love when people watch these videos and say it's set up because you didn't know who you were gonna pick. How could I know this?
Hey, this is crazy.
What's his name? Tell us.
Chris Gilbert.
Chris.
No way, it was Chris Gilbert.
Yo.
How did you do that?
How did you do that? Like, I want to know.
Woo!
That was awesome.
Let's hear it for O's, the
Awesome.
Mentalist, and
Oh my
Bijan
God.
Robinson with C4. We'll
Take
be
care,
right
guys.
back. Bye, Does. That's unbelievable.
That's
How does he get in her head?
I don't know.
Joining me now, the busiest man in show business, 49ers four-time All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner is here. How are you?
Oh, I'm so great. Thank you for having me. With your blue light blockers on? It's
yes.
too early for the blue lights.
Are you, you should be wearing sunglasses, the most work you've been doing.
I've been doing a little something. Yeah, it's only right. We're not here for the right reasons, so you got to do a little bit of work.
What does that feel like? Be honest with me,
It's
Fred.
tough. It's tough. As a competitor, you want to be out there competing for that bowl, but next year in San Fran.
Next year. You know, George Kittle was here. We started our show with him. He seemed
was good?
Really positive.
Okay, good.
Really
He always
like
is.
really like next level, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that the general vibe right now with this team?
Yeah, how can it not be? I mean, we had just a very odd season. Like, that's not the norm. You know, we're used to being in it right there with a chance to win it all every single year.
Kind of weird that you aren't.
It was just a frustrating year. A lot of injuries, just couldn't get it right, you know, but we'll be back better than ever next season.
Yeah, I will say, like, not the worst year for you.
It wasn't, listen. You funny.
We had
You're so
another all-pro season. That's 3 in a row, if anybody's
Mm-hmm.
counting, since 2022.
Yep.
How much, in the things that you care about,
Sure.
consistency, where does that rank?
That's at the very top. You know, I think for me, how do you create consistency? I think you always have to continue to get better, right? You don't just stay content with what you've done. You continue to try to find ways to improve, and that's all I'm trying to do. And I feel like when I do that, I usually get the results that I'm looking for my own play.
Yeah, and I'm looking here. Let's take a look at this all-pro moment from week 4. I'd like to rack that up. The Patriots moment, please. Can you walk me through the pick 6?
Yeah, you know, third down. I'm
Well,
the
you don't
middle.
remember it, Fred?
Yeah, I barely remember. It was so long ago, but catching that ball hit my back. I'm out of breath, barely running down the sideline. My gosh, I look so slow running down. Back tight, and we finally get pushed in the end zone. And then we had this whole celebration plan where I'm going to do the swag surf, but if you watch, ooh, that's a nice catch right there. Hey, thank you, Jacoby Brissett, man. Just what a guy.
What
Feeding
a
me that
guy.
football. Getting up, evading old Hunter Henry there, and just making it down the sideline. But yeah, the swag surf at the end was a complete botch because I was way
Why?
too tired to do that.
Oh.
After landing on my back and then getting up and running, you can imagine you're kind of out of breath after that.
Kind of.
So.
I mean, that was only week 4. I showed
Yeah.
George a play from this, too, that crazy catch.
Yeah.
Over those 3 defenders. It was all freaking right there for you guys.
I
You
know.
were dominating.
I know.
What is the one thing outside of injury that you think sort of was the reason you guys didn't have the success that you know that you're talented enough to have?
You know, every single week we felt like, you know, this was the week we're gonna turn it around because we've had slow starts in the past, right? It's not like every year we're just dominating from start to finish. Like you got to find yourself in certain seasons, right? Like we've gone through so many like coordinator changes, and you got to kind of find your footing, you know, throughout a season. And we always thought this was the week we're gonna get it. We're gonna go on a run. We're gonna win out, and we just never saw that, right? It wasn't because guys didn't try hard, play hard, but it was just because it was just an odd season. I don't know how else to say it.
Okay, could the Niners defense survive without you on the field?
Yes.
You really think so?
You wanted me to
I
say
feel like
something
you,
different?
kind of. I just
Yeah.
feel like you're always out there no matter what, like injury, not injury, you're playing. I don't know that they could do it without you. I don't know if
Well,
you're the piece they could make it happen
I
without.
take pride in being out there every given Sunday. You know, I've missed one game through 7 seasons. You know, thanks to Ascent Protein and what they've helped me do. But it's about, like you mentioned it before, the consistency part of it, of just being out there for your guys and for your team.
Tell me about Ascent Protein, how it's powering you through this crazy Super Bowl week and hopefully to your 4th All-Pro in a row.
Yeah, you know, I've always been searching for the perfect protein powder, you know, because it is so important as athletes, professional athletes especially, to build muscle, to recover from games and practices. And I feel like I've tested about 1,000 different brands at this point.
Okay.
That's how it feels. But finally, I find Ascent, and they have the perfect blend for performance and the taste. And, you know, I love their chocolate whey protein. So delicious. It just shakes perfectly in the shaker bottle. And it's helped me take my game to the next level and achieve All-Pro status.
You're taking your career to the next level, if we're being honest here. You and your insanely beautiful wife, Sydney, who I have like the
She
biggest
appreciates
crush
that.
on.
Well,
I'm like obsessed with her. You guys have a podcast together.
That's right.
Have you learned anything about Sydney working with her so closely?
Yes, I learned that she wishes I worked in construction instead of football.
What does that mean?
Exactly. What does that mean?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Completely joking. We had this little game where she was like,
Got
what
it.
would I be doing?
Oh, got it.
And she mentioned construction. But anyway, it's been so fun to kind of have that podcast throughout the season, and it's been, because I mean throughout the season there's not a whole lot of time for just her and I time, right? So just to have that little hour or two where we're sitting there, we're catching up on our day, it's like they're not really just like, it's not really just doing a podcast. It's us just like sitting there just goofing off the whole time.
Is it something you guys had talked about for a really long time? Did somebody have to pitch you on it? How did
Not
it
really,
come to
no.
be?
I mean, it kind of just fell in our laps. Like, we're just like, somebody asked, do you want to do a podcast? And we're like, sure, why not? And then we have a child, and it's like, dang, like, how are we going to work around taking care of our child and do a podcast? But we figured it out, and we're just having fun with it.
You have the most beautiful child on earth.
Well, thank you.
I can't
I'm
even.
biased, of course. I agree with you. So
Objectively, it's
yeah.
unbelievable. So you were doing the rounds yesterday with another brand experience. You're with Ascent, which we love today.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about Myles Garrett. A lot of talk about what is that face?
Because I'm like, rightfully so. It's Myles Garrett.
What is it? Would you welcome him?
Seems like he'd be using a lot of Ascent protein.
Well, y'all have a lot going
here.
on. Like, George needs to get paid. Brock needs to get extended. You got Hufanga. You got all these things. You need a DB.
Right.
Where is there room for Myles Garrett there?
There's always room for Myles Garrett
Explain
on the
why.
team.
Explain why.
This is a Hall of Fame player. Not just a Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it, and just a super soldier. You see him walking around here, he looks a lot different than a lot of these other cats that are walking around here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would even come about, how we would get that done, but I know there's some way, somehow we can figure that out.
Yeah, like John
Me
Lynch.
and George can just give a little bit of our funds over to Myles Garrett. How about that? How does that sound?
Now you say that again. You're saying George.
I'm including George in the
George,
equation.
you're making such good money with Ascent and Experian
That's
that you're
right.
going to give a paycheck to
Myles Garrett.
Myles.
That's it.
Okay, well, you heard it here first.
And in
that might
turn,
be the
we
best
get a Super
pitch.
Bowl.
I mean, Joe Burrow's saying he's going to restructure for T and Jamar. How do you feel about that?
I'll believe it when I see it.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I mean,
though?
Joe Burrow is an amazing person, and so if he did do that, it would not surprise me because, of course, he wants the Super Bowl as bad as anybody, and he has two of the best weapons in the game in T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So
Robert Saleh's back.
he is back.
You had your first All-Pro season under Robert Saleh. Who sent the first text to who?
He FaceTimed me.
He did?
Yes, he
Thank you.
FaceTimed me right after he got the news that he was going to take the job, and me and him have developed such a close bond ever since he was the one that kind of brought me in as a rookie in 2018 and trusted me, surprisingly, to have the green dot and play Mike after having never done that before in my entire life. So, it seemed to have worked out.
And who do you have in the Super Bowl this weekend?
Neither.
Hard question. Yeah. Honestly, when I was getting ready for these interviews, I was like, I have to talk to George and Fred, and they just hate these two teams more than.
Yes.
Which team do you hate less?
That's actually that's probably tougher than the who's going to win question, because I really dislike both teams. I'm not gonna say hate as a strong
Well,
word.
I said
but
hate less. Which
Exactly.
team do you hate less?
Can't say.
You don't know?
Because you got Kansas City, who's stolen 2 rings from me, and then Philly, who there's some bad blood there as well. So you could probably pick from those. Based on my answer just now, you can kind of figure out which one.
You think the Chiefs get the calls? Where do you stand on that?
No, they play fair. They play fair. At the end of the day, people are always going to talk about the refs.
Yes.
You can't even allow the refs to be a part of the equation when you're out there because there's always going to be human error in the way that you're telling me that a ref's supposed to be like, okay, where did he fall and they landed right there? Oh, and that's where the ball's supposed to be. Or, there's things happening too fast out there. Unless you put robots at referee, you're never going to have a perfect game being called. And you don't want that anyway. You want there to be that human element. So, yeah, they do good.
Here's the headline from Fred Warner, 3-time All-Pro. He is taking less money.
Wow.
He's going to, you said it, you and George Kittle.
Me
he
and
nominated.
George Kittle, yes.
You're taking your Little Caesars and your Ascent protein checks.
For sure.
And you're saying, John Lynch, give this money to Myles Garrett. Do I have that right?
Yeah, that's going to be all over Twitter, right?
All right. I mean, you said it, not me. Enjoy. Yes. Enjoy your day here with Ascent Protein, your time in Super Bowl. We'll see you back in the big game next year.
Thank you, Kay.
We'll be back with Bryce Young in just 1 second. Up and Adams at the Super Bowl. My next guest is a Heisman winner and the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. So easy to root for, and there was a lot to root for all year long. Bryce Young, how are you? Welcome to the Super Bowl.
Blessed. Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you. I'm obsessed with your season, the story, the turnaround, the adversity that you faced, and now you're persevering and you are here. We have a lot to talk about, but I want to start with this. When I was at training camp and we sat and talked for a little bit, and it was after practice, and you were so kind to give me your time, we left the practice field. Everyone left, and you went and sat out in the middle of it, and you were just sort of having a moment. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I just try to be where my feet are. I try not to move too fast, obviously, and with life in general, but especially this profession, it's easy to overlook things, to forget about things. So I was just grateful, still am, and
this is me taking footage like a creep. This is me, literally I took footage of you doing this. I'm like, what? I was just like, what is he doing out there? So you're just being mindful, you're being where your feet are.
Yeah, something like that.
I love that. Your Panthers. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
You finished so strong. You won 2 of the last 3. The Week 18 game against the Falcons, you guys put up 44 points. You had 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Do you know the only other quarterback to ever do that this season?
No.
Josh Allen. He's the only one. What does it mean to you to make that kind of a statement to end the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super grateful for that. I think it was just as a team we wanted to make a statement. We wanted to make sure that we finished on our own terms. Coach Canales is always talking about finish. That's kind of just a theme for us, a mantra, and something that we try to live by. And obviously we knew that was going to be the last game of the year. And I was just so proud to be a part of a team like that. With that, knowing that, it's off season next week, no one phoned it in. There was no lack of confidence or lack of focus throughout the week. And then, on Sunday, you can go out there and just have a foot in the parking lot, think about the off season. But for us to battle, pull out a game in OT, it means something to everyone. That was something that I was super grateful to be a part of. You and Coach were just getting to know each other when I saw you last. Now you guys have survived this season together. You've built on something. How would you describe your relationship right now? Yeah, I'm super grateful for Coach. He's always just someone who's so consistent. I have so much respect for that. He's consistent in his personality, consistent in his beliefs. And especially in a position like that where you're the head coach, it's hard to do. Sometimes you can wear your emotions on your sleeve. Sometimes you could be high and low, and the team can kind of see that. But the level of consistency he has, not only for the team, but for us and in our room. He's in the quarterback room, so I get to hear all of his insights, hear what it is that he has to say. So having that presence is something that is great for me in my development. I'm excited to keep building. As you look back now, a couple of weeks removed from this season, are you upset that it's over? Like you wanted to keep it going? What's the kind of energy? Because now you have to wait quite a long time, but you have a lot to work on, and you can be where your feet are. Yeah, I think I always feel that there's a week of okay, cool, enjoy the off season. It's been busy, and then it starts to creep up really quick. Dang, I'm not gonna be able to play another game until for a while, and then you start to miss. You get used to Sundays. You're out there, and there's the lights, and it's what you work towards. Then you're like, dang, I would do anything right now to go back to one of those Sundays and be able to play with my team and all that. So you definitely miss it, but you just gotta get to work, focus on the off-season stuff, and then when it does come back around, keep that same joy. Your journey was up and down. We can't ignore. You weren't the starter, you were the starter. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Dave's been in your corner. Tepper's come out and said he's your guy. What does it mean to you to have that confidence now going into this next year? Yeah, it means a lot. Just knowing how to operate, how to move forward, just getting that bolt of confidence from the organization, from everyone. I'm super grateful for that. And then it's just time to parlay that into success, of course, just as a team. I'm super excited because we all understand the work that it's going to take, and we're all excited for that. We all have that the attitude of just wanting to get better throughout the offseason for next year, want to build, want to continue to grow. I'm all in, everyone's all in. I'm grateful to just get back to work and continue building. Let's get you some friends on the Panthers, okay? We got some cap to play with. Listen, that's what's going on. Joe Burrow was here, Jaden Daniels was here, everybody's recruiting and all of this. There's a couple big name wide receivers that might be available. You could pry T away from Cincy, Cooper, Devontae. If you could add one person to the Panthers, who would it be? It's not my call. It's not my call. I trust Dan, and I trust the front office to make those calls. There's a lot of people I for sure have a lot of respect for. and I'll talk to probably more privately, but
Spoken like a true
I know. I trust in Dan though. He gonna get it right one way or another.
Yeah. What's like the line of communication with you and Dan? How often do you two check in with each other?
Yeah, no, he's always asking me stuff. He wants me to send him things and give him my opinion, which I'm super grateful for. Him having that open mind, having an open line of communication, wanting to include me in things. That means a lot. That goes a long way for me. He's done a great job, so I'm super grateful for that.
You took both of these Super Bowl teams, Bryce, to the wire. You gave both of these teams absolute hell. Who had the tougher defense to face, Fangio or Spags?
I think it's so hard to compare because schematically they couldn't be more different. Philly is so simple in what they do. First and second down, third down as well. The least exotic team, at least that we've played. But they execute at such a high level. A lot of times you know what's coming. They play from a shell, but there's only a certain amount of things you're gonna be able to do, and it's just about good players understanding the system. And KC obviously pressures so much, has so many exotic looks, but one of the things with them is they match everything, and so the way that they are able to communicate all that stuff and not have a lot of mental errors, not have a lot of mistakes, on top of course having really good players too. You can't really compare the two just because they're so different. But it's two really, really great defenses with great players. It's a great scheme. So I'm excited to see how Hurts and Mahomes both, two great quarterbacks, how they're able to go back and forth against those defenses. Like, just as a fan of football, I'm excited to watch.
I mean, I bet being here this week is really inspiring to you. I want you to know your story has been so inspiring to people who love football, love the game, aren't even part of the game, and you do so much in the community. And I really want to talk about that. The Young Nine Foundation, your involvement in the community, why it's so important to you.
Yeah, the Young Nine Foundation and just the community involvement is something that's really important to me because I'm not where I'm at because of just myself. I'm super grateful to have a support system around me, to have my community to fall back on. A lot of people that have supported me and guided me to where I am, and I never want to lose sight of that. Young Nine Foundation, we specialize in wanting to reach out to everyone, especially the youth, and just promote mental health and mental wellness. And we're big believers of the importance of destigmatizing mental health amongst everyone. The younger you are, the more you can talk about and address it. I feel like regardless of your occupation, your walk of life, it's something that we all deal with. We all have to come to terms with all the stuff that we all, it brings us together as something that is universal. So that's something that's super important. And right now also just my community back home, the Alcina and Pasadena Fires, we also have shifted as a foundation to try to help and give as much relief as possible. And there's a lot of people and families that have had their worlds flipped upside down, and there's so much hardship that a lot of people are going through with the fires out there. And any sort of aid and support we can give is going to be an ongoing process too. It's news for a little bit.
Well, it happens and then it goes away. And
exactly.
But people, literally, their lives have been flipped upside down.
Exactly.
What is your foundation doing to help? How are you guys keeping that in the forefront, and how can we help?
Yeah, we're in the, when things were immediately there, we're hands-on and trying to give stuff back and supply for a lot of the people that were still there. But a lot of people were displaced, so not everyone was able to be there to get the aid. We worked with high schools, and we worked with programs there to be able to have stuff for people to come back to be able to give supplies, food, things like that. And again, it's an ongoing thing. So you can visit our social media and our site for ways to donate, and all of that goes straight to the community, goes straight to hands-on organization, and will go to people in need. And again, it's national news or whatever for days or weeks, but this is years and sometimes life-altering stuff for a lot of families. So there's always that need for support.
I know it's really, really important to you, and I love that this is why you're here. You're here to talk about that, your cause, raising awareness, giving those resources, drumming up support and money, and I love that. I'm going to have to ask you about your Lakers. Because I remember talking about this, you're laughing. I mean, I don't know much about the NBA, but we got our first look at Luka in a Lakers jersey. Do we have it yesterday?
That's crazy. That's still crazy. Yeah, no,
what do you think?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Super excited. It's surreal. Like, I didn't, I got a call from my dad, like, late. And, he's like, hey, they said Luka's on the Lakers. Like, that's fake, right? I'm like, yeah, that sounds fake. I'll look it up, though. And I looked at it, I was like, I think this is real. So it's just, yeah, I'm super excited for how it's gonna work out. It's just as a fan of the sport. Like,
how is it gonna work out? Call your shot here.
I don't know. I'm
Miracle
not like.
end to the season, Josh Allen.
I hope so.
What do you think?
Cause we just got Mark from.
Yeah, like
Charlotte
what is going
too.
on? I thought of you right away this morning. I was like, he's gonna love to talk about these Lakers.
Yeah, which is like my two teams, like the Lakers and the Hornets. They both now they just got traded. It sucked. We
There
lost.
we go.
Dolan and like the younger guys, like, but I guess that's kind of what the Lakers do. They always. Anyway, but no, I'm excited. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'll be honest with you.
Neither
but
do I.
You can get Luka, like, you got to do that.
But you in that, I mean, I just like watching you look at him in that jersey. Look, can I see that jersey again?
I know, that's crazy.
Luka as a Laker, I want to get Bryce's reaction to that again. That was sort of unbelievable.
It sucks we lost AD too. Like AD, I'm like.
I don't know. I feel like AD is like nobody cares.
I know, like, and
everyone called him
that's
like
such a huge.
an old man. That's all I heard. What is that? He's not right. He's good.
No, he got plenty. I mean, he got us. Him and Brown got us. Like, it sucks losing him. I guess you just got to do what you got to do to get Luka.
All right. Thank you for everything you're doing with the Young Nine Foundation and for the Panthers and all of their fans. We love you. We will talk to you soon.
Appreciate
We'll be
it.
back tomorrow after we talk to Seth Rollins. Right now, Seth Rollins is here. Amazing. Joining me now, 5-time world champion, WWE superstar, Seth freaking Rollins in the building. Hello.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. You got a future. All right, okay.
I've had a lot of coffee, something you know about, apparently.
I do. I love coffee. I'm a coffee connoisseur. Everywhere we go, we travel. Here in New Orleans, just had a mammoth espresso down the street. Oh, sweet treat.
You
So,
worked at coffee shops back in Davenport?
I own a couple.
Oh.
In Davenport. I actually never was a barista, never worked at one, but I own a couple.
Oh, I think we're going to get you on that latte machine, though, by the end of this. Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
We'll give it a go. We'll give it a shot. I got to tell you, I went to my first ever wrestling event of any kind.
Ever?
Yeah, ever. WWE Raw on Netflix. There were tables and chairs and chants. And I just want to say, and I've said this on my show, the most welcoming hug from this community and enjoying it. It was so big, larger than life. You were there.
I was.
CM Punk. I'm tweeting like, do these two hate each other? Do they like each other?
We do.
So thank you for the welcome. It was really special.
Yeah, you know what? We love our industry and we love to share it with people who haven't experienced it. Like, that's one of my favorite things, because wrestling's wild. If you just like see it, you're like, what is this thing? I don't understand what this thing is. What are these guys and girls doing in their underwear and this pyrotechnics? And they're in this ring and they're like fighting, but they're not fighting. Like, they're working together and like everybody's screaming and what is happening, right? So we love when new people get to experience what it is that we do.
I still don't have my wrestler.
Your person.
Like whose poster am I buying and putting on my wall? Can you give me the pitch on Seth freaking Rollins?
I mean, you did it yourself, 5-time world champion.
Woo!
I am the greatest of my generation. I think the only one better is my wife. You know what I mean? So if you're looking for a guy, I'm a guy. Look at this psychopath right here. Look at this nut job.
Tell me about that psychopath.
I mean, I'm all the things, man. I can be anything you want. I can work with anybody in the ring. I'm a super athlete. Look at me flying through the air here. I'm violent. I'm sudden, but I'm also.
You love a storyline too.
I love a good story.
Okay,
that's
so
what wrestling is. It's stories.
Right. So George Kittle. I mean, some of the biggest NFL superstars.
George's my guy.
Are upset, and he'll be on the show. Obsessed with wrestling, with the WWE. And then they get to be part of it.
Yeah.
So let's workshop a storyline here.
A story for you?
What's the scenario for me to get in the ring?
Oh my gosh, you want to be the champion of the world?
Look at these like elbows.
Yeah, you got pointy elbows, man. You sharp there. That could be your weapons of mass destruction for sure. I mean, I think you could get in there. You know, we'll get you down to Orlando. We'll get you trained up, then we'll get you in the ring at some point. I mean, there's tons of girls that you could work with. You know, my wife would be a perfect opponent for you. She'd be the perfect opponent for you.
What do you think is the most misunderstood part of being an elite wrestler, as far as the training, the details? What's the thing that would surprise me in getting involved?
How much detail goes into the thought behind the stories. Like how much time we spend thinking about the minutia of what we do. Because you look at it and you think it's this physical game, which it is, but the physicality only stems from how much you're able to think about it. So the top talent in our industry, they are extremely intelligent in how they can manipulate emotions and tell stories, because that's really what we do. We're storytellers. You know, actors, athletes, whatever, but there's such detail that's put into every little bit of what we do, whether it's what we say on a microphone or how we interact with the audience.
Do you want to teach me a move? Is there any move that you could teach me right now?
Oh, I could teach you a quick one.
What's a little something?
Here, let me see this. Let me see your left hand. Let me see what we got here. All right. This is what we call a wrist lock.
Oh, stop.
Just like that. Bam.
And then it's
bam.
Over. Ow! Oh!
That's it. You get the art of selling,
okay, got it.
A lot of places you can go with that. So this is my right hand. Take my right hand. Yep. Grab it.
Like this?
It's sort of, yeah, that'll
like
work. That'll work. Yeah, there you go. Hey, easy.
Okay.
See, you fit right in. The aggression, there's a deep aggression inside of you
that's my story.
It wants to come out. I can sense
trust me, there's a huge deep aggression.
There's something inside you.
Oh, there is, Seth, there is. Which NFL quarterback do you think would make the best wrestler overall?
Ooh, overall? Oh, man. You know, probably Josh Allen.
Huh.
You wouldn't expect that, but he's tough.
Golden Retriever wrestler.
He's tough, man.
Interesting.
He's not afraid to take a hit.
Yeah.
He gets in there. He will lower his helmet. He's one of those quarterbacks that's like, you want me to slide? I'm not sliding. You want me to go out of bounds? I'm not going out of bounds. I want the action. I want it all. And he's a big, meaty boy. He can take it.
He's a big, meaty boy. Okay, I had Bert Kreischer, comedian extraordinaire. I had Rob Gronkowski on this couch yesterday, and they were going into deep description about quarterbacks' asses.
But
that's how you know, like Baker Mayfield, he's got a good butt, and that's how they know it's a good quarterback.
Oh.
What is the attribute, whether it's physical or mental, where you're like that, when I'm looking for what an elite wrestler looks like?
Oh, wow. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's the butts. I don't know if it's the biceps.
Get to the issue, Seth.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, man. You know what? There's a sternness.
A sternness?
There's a sternness about their personality.
See, now you're leading me out of Josh Allen. Josh Allen doesn't give stern.
That's true. Okay, all right.
Range, I guess, is good.
Yeah. I just love him because so I think Josh, he's a young cat, right? I think he's gonna grow into his sternness as he gets older. He's gonna become a more mature. Even you look at him from his rookie season till now, you see the maturity.
That's true. And now he's got a little jiltedness to him too.
You need some jadedness, right? You need a little serious edge. There needs to be a struggle within. Like I said, you've got that within you. And as a top performer, I think you look at these guys, and yeah, there's a great energy, a big personality. But at the end of the day, there's like this sadness. This little bit of sadness that we carry with us.
You know what sounds sad? Can I tell you? Nothing sounds sadder than an elimination chamber. That sounds really sad. It's happening
terrifying.
March 1. This is huge. You get to go to WrestleMania. This is huge. The rumor mill wants you, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm hearing at WrestleMania. I want to know, out of Roman Reigns and CM Punk, who do we hate more?
CM Punk, no question.
Why?
Well, I love Roman Reigns. Let's get that clear. I love him. We came into the industry together, so this is what you're talking about with stories. Roman and I broke into WWE together back in 2012. We came in as a trio. The other guy, he's gone right now, but Roman and I have stuck around in WWE, and we both risen from the very bottom of WWE to the very top of WWE. Now, Roman's a different guy. He's living in his own space. He's got this kind of narcissistic complex, this God complex going on, and I got a lot of ill will towards him because we haven't seen eye to eye for some time. But there's also, it's rooted in love, right? Thin line between love and hate. I want the best for him. CM Punk, I want the worst for him.
Okay,
I want the world to crumble around
him. Why do we hate him?
Because he's a selfish scumbag.
Okay.
Now Punk is a guy who...
Narcissist, selfish scumbag. Okay, I got you.
But Punk is the king of narcissism. He's a guy who's a gaslighter, he's a narcissist, and he's a person who has, for years, because he wasn't in WWE for a while, he left, and then he came back. He left, and when he was gone, he just teared this company down. WWE took our business. He said, this place is terrible. I want it to fail. And then, over the past few years, things start getting good. We start making money. We start getting new fans. And somebody decides they want to jump back on. They want to jump back on the ship. They want to ride now that we're doing well. So we don't like that. We don't like those types of people.
I know you're a big Bears fan, so I do want to get to that. So we hate CM Punk. We love Caleb Williams, of course.
Love him.
If Caleb Williams was the quarterback of the Commanders, we're talking rookies, NFL honors tonight, what would the Commanders have done this year with Caleb under center?
I mean, they could have won the Super Bowl.
You're saying Caleb's a better quarterback than Jaden? What are we saying here?
I'm saying that Yes, that's what I'm saying. I like Caleb more than Jaden, and I love Jaden. I think Jaden's great, but I do think if you switch those two, if you flip them, you're going to get very similar results.
Why?
I think because the system in Chicago was broken, and Caleb did the best that he could with what he had. Now, yes, did he take too many sacks? 100%. I'm sure he would tell you the same thing, but he was put in a position where he had to try to play hero ball a lot more than Jaden did in Washington. So I'm a Caleb Williams guy. You call me an apologist if you want, but he's my dude, and I'm riding with him, man. I'm glad he's in Chicago. I'm looking forward to the future. We got a whole new staff ready to rock and roll. Let's go. Bears to the moon.
Amazing. Oh, now we're going to go make a latte. Come with me.
We're going to give it a shot now?
Yes. We're going to say bye. Has anybody ever seen Seth Rollins make a latte? I haven't.
I don't know that anybody's ever seen it.
All right, let's check it out. I think my producer Garrett's going to help out over here.
Okay, here I come.
You're a coffee man.
How we
coffee shop.
How we doing here, guys? All right, we got it all set up. She already got it ground up for me, which is great. So it's dialed in. All I got to do the easy part. So here we go. I'm going to get the tamp out. I'm going to put this bad boy down. I'm going to give it a shot. Whoa, it just slides there. Okay, we don't like that very much. All right. All right.
Have you ever done this before?
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll get over here and I'll help him a little bit. Thank you, Tina.
Many times. So you just...
Okay, so this is our Throne Sport coffee setup.
Lock it in. We got this. Wow, yours is nice there.
I know, look at this. It's so fancy.
And then we slide it in here. And
okay, you're very calm.
Yep.
You're a cool customer.
And then we just boom,
right?
button. And
wow, is he doing an okay job?
Got it. And then we lock it in.
And now we have a latte. Thank you, a latte, for coming on the show.
We don't quite have a latte yet. We have espresso currently. You see this milk here.
Oh, and then that's what happens.
Yeah, so first of all, we got to let this pull. We got to let it done. They told me that it just does it automatically. I got a machine at home that I have to kind of keep an eye on.
Tell us again where we can watch the Elimination Chamber. And
Chamber's live on Peacock in the United States. March 1st, I want to say. Does that make sense? Does that sound right?
March 1.
March 1, out of Toronto, out of Sky Dome. It's live on Peacock. I believe Netflix for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Well, hey, now, there you go. All right, you're learning.
I did it.
So the espresso's pulled. So we'll get this out of here. I don't know. Do you got a bin anywhere? You got a.
Oh boy, I'm gonna
leave. Leave it here.
All right, we'll be back after this break. Say right to the camera.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Check out the Elimination Chamber. Check out Raw on Netflix.